But it was an outstandingly fun time. It really was. So hats off. We talked to Reggie Wayne on Friday's show. If you missed that podcast, 1070thefan.com. Talked about the expectations of this Colts team in 2019, which, believe in the schedule or the softness of the schedule a year ago or not, let's just face it. The expectations are pretty damn high. And it's funny, as I was going through a Connecticut Water question of the day last week when I dropped in, should it be AFC title game? Should it be divisional round? Should it be Super Bowl? Or should you put the predictions much less? Most people, I think, stand with me as far as taking that next step. Now, that logical next step is going to be difficult to take because you also have to have a season in which, regular season-wise, your schedule is going to be a lot tougher. You're playing a who's who of NFL quarterbacks that's sure as hell going to be a lot tougher. And that, frankly, if you get a divisional round home playoff game, you're going to have to at least get to 11 wins, right? I mean, at least. You got to find something out of there. So I think that's all a part of the equation. But, yeah, the expectations, nobody, and I mean nobody at all, are minimizing those. I mean, you're just taking the step, whether, it is because of the in-season schedule last year or what. I mean, people are taking this team, and it's not just us around here. I mean, it's not us, pumping you up and making sure that everybody is fascinated by sports talk radio and everybody's all in and all that crap. No, it's the real deal. Real expectations, because they drop them in nationally every day. If you see something NFL-wise, they drop them in every single day. But camp later on this week, the Amp Harris-Reggie Wayne basketball game was outstanding, and really overall, it was a fantastic weekend. And you know what? Mother Nature, I know it was hot and it was humid and everybody was tired, but man, late, 6 o'clock last night, some thunderstorms rolled through, bye-bye humidity, and you got some cloud cover and some rain dropping here or there, but it's been a significantly different day than it has been the past 3 or 4, no doubt about that. But I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I hope to see you out at Westfield. I'm trying to right now, because I haven't just yet, but I'm trying to get with the folks from Westfield. We got to get everybody together and go up to Big Hoffa's at some point, have some great barbecue. We've heard such a good story, whether it was Matt in here or Mayor Cook or just folks in general up in Westfield. And so we used to do this in Anderson. Me and Mike Wells and Zach Kiefer, who's going to join me, formerly of the Indy Star, now the Athletic, and covering the Colts. We'd all get together then in Anderson up at Greek's Pizzeria and have lunch and then go out. But I think we're going to do it at Big Hoffa's at some point up there, because I hear too many really good things about it not to. But Thursday and Friday is where things are officially underway. And we'll talk some Colts if you guys want to. And me staying away from players. It was great to see you guys out. The better part about just participating and knowing that it's something that's, incredibly special, but the best part about it was seeing all of you come out for that, too. There's a lot going on a Saturday, but it was tremendous, and we certainly thank you for that. All right. Here's something we got to stop here, because I don't know about anybody else. And I watched the video, because we all got to watch the video. And all I said was this. I think I got it from WTHR.com or the Twitter account there. It's floating around everywhere. You have everybody in the world with an opinion on what Tom Brady should or should not be doing in the cliff jumping with his 6-year-old daughter. Because that's just everybody's just got to have a comment on it, right? So I guess I got to stinking stand in line. Here's what happens. Everybody has an opinion on it. And then it forces people that really don't care and don't want to have an opinion on it to have to take a stand to take it and have an opinion on it. I don't want to have an opinion on it, because I think it's great. I can tell you this right now, with my daughter, who is 9, we'd get right up there and she would jump right off. There's nothing I'm doing about it. Nothing. She'd probably be off that thing before me. You know what that looked like? Jumping off a cliff into some awesome natural water in Costa Rica. That looked like a family blast right there. That looked like a family. I guess the moral of the story is, if you put it on a video and then you send it out in social media, then I guess that's what you get, right? Now, everybody wants to see it, but everybody wants to have an opinion on it. I can't be wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it? Dad, daughter having a blast. Holy crap, that's good. Did you see some of these jackasses in response? Yeah, like everybody else in the anti's got the world cornered on what should be done according to dumbasses. That's just beautiful. Again, moral of the story is, if you don't want it, what do they say now? What's the cool thing to say now, right? I mean, especially if you're Tom Brady. If you don't want what did Clinton Yates say to me? Clinton Yates is on, the hell's that show called up here every day? Well, these talking heads, Yip Yap. It's always funny, too, because it was always, back in the day, it was all these these newspaper talking heads that would make fun of the actual ESPN talking heads. And Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon were chief among them. I mean, in the early 2000s, always made fun. Tony Kornheiser on his radio show always made fun of the talking heads. Always. You want to know why? Because he was jealous because he wanted to become one. And that's exactly what he did. He became one. He's already good, really good at what he did, writing or doing radio, but he made fun of the talking heads because eventually he wanted to become one of those talking heads. So I guess, as it stands, I make fun of Nickelback because eventually I want to become the lead singer of Nickelback, I guess. Guess that's how it goes. But, everybody's got an opinion on it. I guess that's the moral of the story. You don't send it out, right? You just don't even send it out. So what Clinton Yates said to me, he told me once, you don't want that smoke turbo. I had zero idea what the hell that meant. None. I don't even know what it was about. Oh, I know. It was about the combine being held here. And he was, like jackasses do. Yeah, jackass makes some kind of joke about, hey, nobody wants to go there, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm sorry. You know who wanted to come? Everybody in the football universe wanted to come here when the Super Bowl was here. You want to know why? Because they were all here. You know what they weren't doing? Weren't freezing their ass off like they were last year, were they? In Minneapolis? A lot of people cold around here when the Super Bowl was here. How are you feeling up there last year? It was minus 15. Pretty sweet. Nah, man, everybody wanted to come here. And there's a reason why they continue to have it here. One of these days they're going to pull it because that's what the NFL is going to find a way to make zillions upon zillions of dollars out of it. So one of these days it is going to be pulled. But what's the reason why that they have it here? It's because this is a great place to have it. All right? One of these days, some of the folks that just think it is what it is around here are just going to have to own the fact that this is a great place to host an event. This is a great place to hold an event. And that's what Clinton Yates clearly didn't understand. And something like, I guess if I defined the phrase, you don't want this, or statement, you don't want this smoke turbo, man, I better back away because this guy's a tough ass. Okay. Sorry about that. You don't want this smoke turbo is what you get. But, man, you got to answer. When you put this thing on social media, you have to answer. I try to be, and I've always said this before, I'm always going to make mistakes. I mean, Tom Brady's probably loving the fact that he's getting ripped by people, and some people are propping him up. But, sometimes you get people that just don't even want to go there. I try to utilize to the best of my ability, and I'm not very smart, but I try to utilize with the best of my ability just how I function in social media. Because I've gone jackass before. Now, you guys know that story. I don't have to tell it again regarding ESPN and the whole blackball effort. But I've been down that path before, and it's not that I care because it didn't matter. It didn't have any bearing on my day-to-day existence. It was just stupid. You just do stupid stuff. So I try to not to do anything that would, stupidity-wise, impact my daily existence. Really, really try. So anybody that's around me, I say, just look at that again. Is there any need for it? And, of course, nobody thinks I'm very smart. Therefore, they just kind of laugh at my opinion in general and go, yeah, I'm going to put it up there anyway. What are you going to do? But if you don't want it out there and you don't want to be judged, I guess you just don't put it out there in general. But there is absolutely zero wrong. Nothing wrong with that. And nobody was in danger. It was father and daughter having fun. That's the way it looked to me. He didn't like pick her up and throw her off. It wasn't some damn cliff diving in Acapulco. It just looked like it was father and daughter having fun, whether it's Tom Brady or you or I. It looked like a blast to me. See, we would do that back in the day at the limestone quarries. You'd do that in Bloomington, and you wouldn't put that on video and nobody would see it, right? And it was much more dangerous than that Costa Rican getaway. I guarantee you that. Those things have since now been closed. But nobody put that on video, therefore nobody was going to be outraged about it. Everybody this date, continuously, and I have no idea how you do this on a daily basis, you continuously try to find a reason to be pissed off. And that is such a combo to have a sorry-ass feeling existence. I don't know how you do it. Unless you have something legitimate to be angry about. All right? And listen, I know some of you do. Unless you have something legitimately to be angry about, why do you mess with it? You want to live as hassle-free as possible. Speaking of legitimately angry, I'm not even legitimately angry about this. All right? So last week at this time, I was getting ready to watch my Redlegs beat the Cubs, and I was feeling really good. Even though, even though there wasn't the greatest of reason to feel really good, but you felt good. Since that point in time, what have they won? 2 games? Was it 2 games or 3? 2 games. They beat St. Louis on Saturday and the Cubs last week. And people are asking me, because I said this last week, and I'd heard this. I'd heard, and then I know it's been widely reported from Major League Baseball following folks, that the Reds were going to be in the buying market. It didn't look like a buying team for nothing right now. Now, what they'll probably end up doing is not doing very much, but listen, that Friday night when you had a 7-run lead and you gave up 1,000 runs in 1 inning, that was the nut shot of all nut shots, right? That was, to me, the end of it. That was the end of all thoughts. And it's unfortunate because this team has a great deal of talent. But as we have talked about, this team, day to day, just is incomplete. One day, everything's going but relief pitching. One day, everything seemingly is going, but where's the hitting? Where's the clutch hitting? I mean, yesterday you get the bases juiced, 1-0. There have been too many of instances where you can't put a dynamic together, a duo together. Relief pitching and hitting. The combination just has not been there together nearly enough. And that's kind of what you see. That's unfortunate because there has been talent. And listen, sometimes it's been on the manager too. Yeah, the one thing that really, if you were to tell me that you are going to get often on nights or days with this team, the type of starting pitching that we have seen routinely from them, you know how good I would have felt about this squad? Alas, I sit here before you right now not feeling good about this squad whatsoever. That Friday night game where they had the lead and then gagged up the league, that might have been one. And Joey Votto had like 3 errors. Joey Votto looked like Timmy Lupus from Bad News Bears. He had 3 errors and 1 inning, 1 play. Hell, I don't know what the hell was going on. And that's who we are. So, yeah, I would assume that I'm going to take it from Cubs fans. I know my man Corey. I have to give him a little bit of love because he lives up in Michigan. But my man Corey, I know, wants to call in and rip me. I know Cardinal fans, I'm sure, want to call in and rip me. Hey, I sit here again before you, deserving of it. Because things look like that they are indeed circling the drain right now. If not all the way down it. It has not been a post-All-Star break of memories, certainly. If you want to discuss that, we can. Bradley Beal, by the way, the Washington Wizards, 3 years, $111 million. 3 years, $111 million. That is a lot of cash right there. Somebody had won. We have 2 more pair of tickets to give away. Billy Bob Thornton, the Academy Award-winning actor, has his band in town tonight. They're down at Hi-Fi, Fountain Square, and it's Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters. And I've never heard them, but we've been giving away tickets last week, and now we're going to give them into tonight. So we got a pair to give. We'll give away a pair. We're going to go ahead and give those away, I think, I don't know, 4 and 5 o'clock hour. I'm assuming it's some country bluesy kind of I've not heard it, but that's the expectation. So we'll do that coming up in the 4 and 5 o'clock hour too. And the Open won by Shane Lowry. I feel kind of bad about this because it's morning sports. And I love, like, morning live sports. I mean, I really get juiced out of morning live sports. But I'm sorry. I thought that whole thing was boring as hell. I thought those 4 days, does that make me... What's that make me? I thought it was boring as hell. I didn't get much out of it at all. And I actually remembered what it was on. I thought, actually, I was more entertained by the IndyCar race that was running in the middle of the Iowa night Sunday morning than I did about the Open. Yeah, again, and I know that that's ridiculous. I'm not trying to compare the two in the landscape of sports. I didn't get much out of the Open. That's all I'm saying. And, yeah, the IndyCar race was held in the middle of the night because of rain and thunderstorms and lightning. So we'll discuss that, too, if you like. We have tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center, and Practical Jokers over at, I believe, the Mira Old National Center for that, right? And then for tonight only, you got to be able to go tonight, so don't jack around and then call in here a little bit later on and win tickets knowing that you can't go tonight just because you want to jack around and win tickets, all right? So make sure that you can go later on tonight because I have a pair, actually 2 pair a little bit later on to give away for Billy Bob Thornton, Academy Award-winning actor, and he is a singer, frontman for Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters. Hi-Fi, Fountain Square, coming up later on tonight. A lot of you won tickets to see Train and Goo Goo Dolls last night. I know you sat through a lot. So what do? They cut that off at 11 last night. I know that there was a delay because of lightning. I'm assuming they go, you know what, we got a noise ordinance, so we're done here. And they had to cut it off at 11. Anyway, hey, your table is set. I give you a buffet of things to hit at 239-1070. Email address is JMV at 1070thefan.com. Is there anybody around here right now that feels what Tom Brady did with his daughter in Costa Rica is wrong on any level? And please call in or email or tweet and let us make fun of you all day. Own it. 239-1070. We got a full slate for you. Zach Kiefer's new at The Athletic, formerly of the Indy Star. He'll join us coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. And a busy week with Colts camp looming later on in Westfield this week. That and more with you and me. It's Other Side next. Hang in.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
An effective defense often hinges on sophisticated strategies relating to income tax projections, business valuations, spousal support claims. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122 or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
For the extraordinary Hoosiers who grow our food, feed our minds, make us safe, and keep us free. An extraordinary celebration. Your Indiana State Fair salutes heroes in the heartland. Presented by Indiana Donor Network. Get discount tickets till August 1st at indianastatefair.com. Heroes in the Heartland. Your Indiana State Fair. August 2nd through 18th.
Calling all Bobs. IndianaUnclaimed.gov and the Office of the Indiana Attorney General may have money for you. In fact, we owe people named Bob more than $3.4 million. In all, we have nearly $500 million ready to return to deserving Hoosiers like Bob. And you, do we have money for you or the Bob in your life? Find out at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's worth a look. See and search for yourself. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Being a Colts season ticket member has never been more rewarding. From exclusive events and VIP access to discounts at the Colts Pro Shop and the chance to go to the NFL Draft, Pro Bowl, and Super Bowl, there's never been a better time to join our season ticket member family. Reserve your seats for the 2019 season today and experience this game, this team, and this community like never before. Call 317-297-7000 or visit Colts.com/tickets to learn more.
When clients come in, I think what they can feel is our passion.
That's Robert Violante, General Manager at Diamonds Direct, talking not about price or selection or warranties, but about the total experience, the world-class treatment every guest receives from minute one.
I can't tell you how many clients either leave a 5-star Google review or call us and let us know that they shopped everywhere else, but when they walked into Diamonds Direct, the way that they were greeted, the way that they were treated, and how they were educated and made to feel part of the process was unlike anything else that they've experienced.
It's about respect for the customer, a genuine appreciation for the opportunity. It's about transparency and honesty and creating an environment where there's no stress, no pressure. In fact, at Diamonds Direct, we make it fun.
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. You know, clients will walk in and say, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Is there a party? And no, this is just every day. We're having a great time, and that energy is catching, and they're leaving saying, this was the best experience I ever had.
Diamonds Direct.
I'm Robert. I'm the General Manager for Diamonds Direct in Indianapolis, and I'd love to see you. I'd love to have you come and visit the showroom. We'll take great care of you.
Keystone at the Crossing.
You thought the beef and cheddar couldn't get any more delicious. And then Arby's added bacon to it. And you thought, oh, okay, but it can't get any better than that. And then Arby's made them 2 for $6. And then you thought, okay, but no, it can't get any better than that. And you were right. The bacon, beef, and cheddar, 2 for $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
At 1 Hour, we stand behind our work, and I mean for years. Hi, I'm Corey Kreitzberger from 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. If our repair fails in the first 2 years, we'll fix it again for free. Who else can say that? We gladly guarantee our repairs because we know the care that goes into them. Call us at 844-1-HOUR. That's 844-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions apply. License number H0010668.
Sports with Dan Dockett.
Dick Vitale joins us. Talk, if you don't mind, your relationship with Jimmy B.
Jimmy, when I called him up, he says, Dick, you think I'm worried about coming to Summer Day? I didn't do it, so you gotta come. Mike Krzyzewski flew him on the plane, but we carried him up to the stage. And I watched him do that speech, and that speech now has played an incredible role in us raising $225 billion for research of every kind of cancer.
Dan Dockett, weekdays noon till 3 on FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
All right. Any of you suckholes want to come up here and knock me off?
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Had a great time. Thank you again, Ann Paris and Reggie Wayne. So I was got chew gum all the time, right? I chew the Trident, and it's supposed to be whitening your teeth, right? And you know what does it? I've chewed it for years. And I honestly chew gum all the time, and when it starts losing its flavor, I let it hang out of my mouth. And during the game, it was kind of hanging out of my mouth, and I was sitting over there on the bench, and Reggie was looking at me funny, and I said, "What are you looking at?" He goes, "I thought you were smoking a cigarette over there." I said, "No, I'm not smoking a cigarette. It's my gum. It's losing the flavor, so I got to let it hang out of my mouth a little bit." Cigarette. And that's way too small for that kind of cigarette, too, by the way. And according to you guys, because I have sore knees, it is the other cigarette. It is the twisty cigarette. The roll your own variety that you suggest that I need to get over my knee soreness. Because now the right one's hurting and I have no idea. I had an MRI last week and nothing. Like my wife this morning says, well, I think you have bursitis. And I thought, wait a minute, only people that are 90 have bursitis. What the hell, bursitis? What am I, 90? Am I going to have corns on my toes too? That sucks. Josh writes this, hey, JMV, Pacers need to jump on the Colts bandwagon. Anything to keep the good indie vibe going on nationally. Well, you're not going to get the good indie vibe going on nationally until basketball-wise, until, they have an impressive season. I mean, and you have to go, much like you do in free agency. And I saw some stupid stuff over the weekend, too, about people nationally complaining, well, Pacer fans are whining, you just got to spend, or they didn't want to spend it for Tobias Harris. Hell no, I didn't want to spend that. Listen, is he a nice player? Yes. Would I want the Pacers ever in my wildest dreams to max him out? No. Listen, I'll be honest with you, Tier 2. I would have crapped my pants a little bit, too, if they would have even thought about maxing out Chris Middleton. I mean, that's a hell of an unknown. And see, that all buys into the difficult nature it is to navigate free agency if you're the Pacers compared to anybody else. Because you make egregious errors like that, let's say you do and it doesn't work out, you have to own that. You wear that for years. And I mean years. Yeah, other teams, you screw up, yeah, so what? We'll just do something different right now. It is different. It has been different, and for the foreseeable future, it will be different. I mean, anybody out there? And I forget where this was, and I apologize that I'm not giving them credit for something I'm just ripping on right now, but good Lord. I can't be the only one sitting here suggesting that even if Tobias Harris had no interest because they weren't going to pay him, max type of money, I can't be sad about that. Am I the only one sad about that? I know Kyle's sad about that. I would have complained had they done that. There's no way I can be the only one too. So to suggest that it's not different and it's not more difficult, you just don't know. Because it is. It is and it will be. Because make no mistake about this. Make no mistake about this. There's no way they're going to change it. The NBA loves what's going on right now. So you got a couple of teams. And I'm not saying the organizations, nobody's whining about it around here. The only people that are talking about would be me and fans. Yeah, they don't care about me, and they don't care about the fans as far as, things aren't even. That's not going to be. Not until we get some huge body of water over here, something big. Import some sand, come up with a beach. So, Kirk, maybe the knees can't take the extra hair weight. I'm glad you said hair weight. Thank you. You know what? It's funny about the whole weight thing, too. I have lost weight, and it still doesn't help. And the last thing I want to do is have to sit through fasting measures and losing weight for something not to help. It's got to help. And me too, it's got to help, and then I've got to get an immediate reaction, too. It's from Travis. I'm thrilled they didn't max Harris or Middleton. Aren't the Pacers still paying Monte Ellis? Lesson learned. I was glad. Everybody nationally seems to think that that's a scarlet letter on the Pacers. Well, you know what? According to Tobias Harris, they didn't want to pay him, so he decided to go back to Philly. Good. And he's a good player. But he's not worth that here. Not in this situation. So surely we can all agree about that. I would guess. Yeah, maybe not. At JMV 1070. Now, somebody asked me a little bit earlier because we had Corbin Burnson on week before last from Major League, 30-year anniversary for the film Major League, how much I like the sequel. There are very few sequels that I like, and that wouldn't be one of them. And if you know me, I kind of owned this last couple of weeks. I've never seen The Godfather in its entirety. And I know. It's like a 10-run inning that I'm taking right here to the groin. I've never seen The Godfather in its entirety, and to add to that, I have never seen The Godfather Part 2 at all. Yet, I call myself a film aficionado, which is a joke. I agree. I absolutely agree. So, I mean, I may be missing out on the best sequel in the history of sequels being The Godfather Part 2. It just looks like it's so damn long. Is it long? Brian Kelly says Geist is putting in a beach. Anthony Davis will demand a trade to be here in 2 years. You guys are putting in a beach up there, are you? Well done. Just got to get a beach everywhere. Eagle Creek got a beach. We got Sweetwater needs a beach. Morse, I'm assuming, has a beach. If it doesn't, so you can go northwest, south, and east with beach. We're all good, man. Destination location right there. Just add a beach. Get some sand. I think there's some leftover highway department, those things that used to hold the sand that look like big boobs, right? You know what I mean? That some of those places are closed. Have some sand. Spread that sand down there. Yeah, I'm all for it. JMV, you're absolutely right about Tobias Harris. Not only would that be an uncalled for expenditure, but do you think that would even work? Nah, that's not what I was looking for. I mean, if you're going to argue about a player, but at least argue about one we can agree that we think is going to help. I don't know how the hell that would help. Some people do agree with me. Not a lot. There are people out there that do a little bit agree with me on this. And I appreciate that. JMV, you're absolutely right regarding Tom Brady. I mean, I'd be thrilled to be jumping off a cliff like that with my daughter having fun in Costa Rica. I mean, look, they're not jumping off down at the limestone quarry or anything. Hoping they don't land on some 58 Buick that's been sunk there for 35 to 40 years. Come on. Costa Rica, clear water's not naked and afraid or anything. I mean, he's just jumping off a small cliff. Hell, it was like a damn high dive. I sat out and watched Lainey and her basketball friends. For the first time, Lainey did flips off a diving board yesterday. I'm glad I had fantastic insurance. And I egg her. I go, go ahead and do it. I guess, see, and I said, you better not catch this on tape or somebody's going to complain about it. Yeah, do it. What should I do next? I said, can you try the one? I tried to get her to do the butt dive, and it got vetoed. The butt dive is where you go to the end of the diving board, and you fall down on your ass, and then you bounce up into the air, and then dive straight down. That's called, anybody ever do the butt dive? No? The butt dive from a high dive is genius. But that got vetoed. But yeah, anything, do a flip, do it. You ever done one, do it. You got to learn sometime, do it. Whatever. Fantastic. JMV, do you think any way in the world the Colts live up to the expectations that especially national folks has placed upon them to start the year? I do. I think they're going to be a really good football team, yeah. I do. To me, there's little question. And again, we can always write this with, a footnote of, this is what could happen because injuries always play a significant role. But, yeah, and I think that's one that, again, even if I'm saying it, national people are saying it, fans are saying it, those are the expectations you're going to have to live up to. And I fully expect them to be able to do it. Again, as long as they don't run into any significant injuries. And that's always the case when it comes to the football season. There's no news breaking going on here. But that is always the situation. But yeah, that's exactly what I think too. Do I think that their late season, regular season of a year ago schedule softened up? Yes, I do. But I think you also saw a lot of guys grow to be better players during that time. And I don't think it was necessarily just because of the quarterback competition or lack thereof. I mean, they still took a couple of beatings. I should say one beating in Jacksonville. But to me, the biggest trouble point was that Giants game, and it kind of, pointed out some spots where you hope they do get better. Evan Ingram still running wild through that game. But, they survived it, won the game. You won a playoff game. I mean, you got Luck back where there should be no questions as long as he hangs. And we'll see. The one thing that I pointed out, well, I'll tell you what, we'll do this on the other side. People bring up Justin Houston all the time. I don't know if Justin Houston is going to be what everybody here believes him to be, but I still think he's going to be really important. I'll tell you what that's about coming up on the other side next.
Tune into the ride with JMV this week. It's your chance to win tickets to see Santana with special guests, the Doobie Brothers, August 9th at Ruoff Home Mortgage Center. Details, 1070thefan.com.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like Comcast Business could give you more. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offer ends 8/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra, subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Hey, let us find a place where if you're losing your hair and you no longer want to lose your hair, there's something you can do about it. It's called options. We all want options. 2 things we all want. We want options and we want results. And that's what you get with Darren Andrews and PAI. Options and results. Say you're losing your hair. Maybe you've kind of encountered the classic horseshoe design on top of your dome a little bit. Maybe it's just thinning, or you get thinning hair, your forehead's turning into a 5-head, and you want to do something about it. Nothing wrong with having options. But not only with multi-unit hair grafting or Artist Robotic FUE do you get options, but you get results. And you can check out my billboard on the north side for those very results right now, or you can just ask me about it. I'll be glad to tell you it does work. If you want your real, and I mean real, growing hair again, there's a way with PAI. Talk to Darren Andrews about it today. It's WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Universal Windows Direct, the only window company that features Unishield, a high-performance glass, and Super Spacer, a non-metal, non-conductive glass spacer system that lowers those monthly energy bills year-round. And right now, for every window you buy, you get the next window free, no limits, and 0% financing for 36 months. You also get a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home and 30 years to the next homeowner. Call 317-659-8191 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com for your free in-home estimate, and soon you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hey, it's Jeremy with Nameless Catering Company. Look, we didn't invent catering. We weren't the first caterers in the state of Indiana, but Nameless Catering has flipped the industry upside down. We've made it really, really easy. All you have to do is go to our website, look at our menus, look at our pricing, and place your catering order. Also, our food's awesome, so that really helps. Check out namelesscatering.com to see everything you need to see and, frankly, just make your life easy. namelesscatering.com.
Nestled on 175 wooded acres near the picturesque town of Zionsville, Golf Club of Indiana boasts 15 water holes, 72 bunkers, and championship tees of more than 7,000 yards. Upon visiting the facility, Jack Nicklaus stated, Golf Club of Indiana is as nice a facility as I've seen to come out and play daily fee golf. Golf Club of Indiana, just 20 minutes from Indianapolis International Airport and from beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Call us at 769-6388 to reserve your tee time today.
Hey, it's Tony Kanan. I'm here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevrolet. Chuck, summer is here and you got some hot deals.
Yes, TK. July kicks off the Bill Esther Chevrolet Takeover Sale.
The Takeover Sale is in full swing. Boom!
Boom is right. During July, you can take over the low payments on any vehicle with down payments cheaper than a tank of gas. Or we've got 0% financing on all new Chevys for up to 84 months.
Chuck, now's the time to find new roads to BUSS Chevy at 465 in Michigan Road or online at BUSSChevy.com.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Hey, John Boy.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Kyle's over there, John. We got Santana Doobie Brothers tickets a little bit later on. The show's later in the summer, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. The Impractical Jokers over at the Murat Old National Center. And Academy Award-winning actor Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters play down at Hi-Fi in Fountain Square tonight. Got tickets for that for you coming up a little bit later. I have to be able to go tonight, so don't jack around with me and then call up, oh, I can't do it. Can I give them to my sister? So you got to be able to go. And I shall give you the heads up when it is now time to call. Yeah, this Mr. Rogers thing with Tom Hanks is not going to be some sweet, epically sweet Mr. Rogers tale, is it? Because the trailer looks really good, but you're kind of just waiting for, okay, what the hell's going on around here? Remember how shocked we were the first time you saw that? And I'm assuming it was real, right? The Mr. Rogers middle finger thing, that picture? What is that, a meme now? I think it's real. I was not a Mr. Rogers watcher. I watched The Electric Company, a part of the PBS lineup back in the day. Some of Sesame Street, but mostly The Electric Company. Not too much. And plus, I watched everything here locally. So you didn't need PBS because you had the local greatness of Cowboy Bob and Janie and Peggy. Yeah, you didn't need that. Captain Jack out of Terre Haute, who was my instructor for 1 year at Vincennes. Didn't need that back in the day. Hey, JMV, I had bursitis in my knee at the age of 35, so it's possible I end up getting staph infection in that knee. Sucked. Well, I don't want any of that. My knee just, like, at night it aches, and I don't know why. And it's swollen. I don't know why. Because of the MRI, everything looked all good. It's the life of being me, I guess. Hell, now I think it's because now my left feels better than my right, and my left has been the issue. Yeah, my left is what they want to do the knee replacement surgery on. You gotta be kidding me. That's so true. JMV, it's funny. Society wants dads and kids' lives, but when they are, they get judged by what they do. I'm telling you, I'd let Blake do this too, but Lainey's more adventurous than Blake. I'd let Lainey, she'd go right off of that. I mean, just without even hesitating. And I say, whatever. Yeah, here's what happens. It's like I said yesterday. If you hit your head on the diving board trying to do your first flip, then I'm going to take you and we'll get some stitches. I mean, hell, stitches were a rite of passage when we were growing up, for God's sake. They were. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt. It was a rite of passage. Oh, you get stitches. Oh, you're sliding down that hill. You got cut on a rock. You get stitches. Oh, you guys are having a rock fight. Somebody got hit in the head. We get stitches. Oh, you're riding your motorcycle without a helmet. Hit the tree limb. You get stitches. You can probably count how many stitches or staples, hopefully stitches, that you had in your lifetime growing up now. Now, if you hit your head on the diving board, we'll go and slap a couple of stitches on there to be all good. Get some ice cream. Everything's fine. But hell yeah. Diving off that cliff in Costa Rica, I'd be down with it. In a second. JMV, I heard you mention the Colts a little bit earlier. Yeah, as far as defensively, I think it's going to be a much better defensive team than certainly what we saw, and I think sky's the limit for Darius Leonard. I would agree the sky's the limit for Darius Leonard. I mentioned this going to the break. I think everybody in here believes, and still he's going to put up some sack numbers. He is. He's going to get after the quarterback. He's going to be able to do that, I think, consistently. But more so than anything else, when you talk about just what Justin Houston's going to be able to do as just an overall defensive player, a little edge protection, that's what everybody in Kansas City tells me is the biggest deal. Because I go on their show in Kansas City, and they talk about, well, what do you like about Justin Houston? And I said, well, everybody around here has been looking for somebody to consistently put quarterback pressure on since Robert Mathis retired. And really, it's been a revolving door of, this guy might be able to do it. Now this guy can't. This guy might be able to do it. This guy can't. And then finally you go out and get somebody that has a history of doing it, but what is he, 30 years old or so? Okay. And I bring that up, and they go, well, hold on a minute. Protecting the edge. Now, again, they also cite the fact that it was a bad defense in Kansas City a year ago. Well, they talk about his potential of setting an edge more than they do anything else, more than they do getting after the quarterback and the pressure, which is what you expect. But if you don't get it to the level in which you expect, doesn't mean he's still not doing a really high productive job with his defense. And that's exactly how it was explained to me. Because frankly, I'm not sitting around and watching tape of Justin Houston. I'm just going off of what people say. That was a really good playmaking defense at times a year ago in Kansas City. Holding up. And you saw what happened after the end of the year. I mean, D Ford makes that error. The Patriots win. They don't go to the Super Bowl. They have to have somebody to blame, and that somebody was Bob Sutton. Defensive coordinator punted. Steve Spagnuolo in. Changing up the scheme. And then you talk to people there, and they say, well, that was the reason why. When you say, is this offense going to be able to score as much, be as productive as it was a year ago? Sure will, because the defense will be better. They're not going to be forced to do or to have to do what they did last year at times because that defense was underwhelming. But you're going to see, to me, a level of production that you may not expect, or from the category in which you may not expect. That's kind of the view. And that's what you get from the folks that have seen him the most. And certainly not people from here. How many stitches have you had in your life? You've got to be kidding. Kyle across from me has had nary a stitch in his life.
I've never gotten stitches, but I was blindfolded and directed to run straight into a tree.
I'm trying to think here.
Some surgery on the face for that one.
I had staples in my side. That was many. I think I had 35 staples in my side. I had 15 in my knee for a cut. I was sliding down a hill or hell, I don't know, and I got a hold of a rock and it took a huge chunk out of my leg. I had 10 in my arm from a dog bite. Yeah, dog bite in my arm. It was my own dog. I'm the only one ever to have a dog bite on their arm. You know what? Not only, and this was when I was 11, not only did I get a dog bite in my own arm from my Lopso Asso. What's it called? Lopso Asso? Yeah. Named Benny Hill. The Lopso Asso named Benny Hill bit my right arm. I had to have 10 stitches. I went down and got stitched up by Dr. Mountain in Bloomfield with needle and thread and still went and played in a Little League game. Thank you. Right here, baby. Boom. I might be missing some, too. I can't believe I don't have stitches in my head from something. Yeah. Stitches. It's a rite of passage growing up, friends. Quick one, we'll come back. Zach Kiefer is moving over from the Star to the Athletic. I'm going to ask him the question regarding Justin Houston. I know everybody's looking for his getting after the quarterback production, but more expected from him that may surprise. Colts fans in 2019? We'll ask him about that. The latest on Reese Fountain. We'll get to that news coming up as well. Back with you next.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122 or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Hey, John here, and here's what I want for you listeners out there. The Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina has an amazing deal. You guys ready? Four Winds is rolling back the price just for you. A midweek staycation during August. Stay 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, for just $199. That's right. $199 for 3 nights in a garden double room, or you can upgrade to the Lakeside for $99 more. Four Winds offers family fun with a heated indoor-outdoor pool, mini golf, boat rental, hiking trails. It is awesome. I stayed there about a month ago and had a great time, and that's where we're going to have our final huge Backyard Bourbon broadcast coming up the Friday of Labor Day weekend. But I want you to take advantage right now, that incredible deal with the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. 812-824-2628. Call and ask for Tony. 812-824-BOAT. Or online, fourwindslakeside.com. Tell them JMV sent you.
Dan Dockage here, and it's summer, and we are all itching to enjoy the summer sun. But before you grab your clubs and head to the course, I want you to learn the A, B, C, D, E signs of melanoma. If you have moles with irregular borders or uneven color, get them checked out. Any large moles, as well as those that change over time, should also be seen by your doctor. If you have a family history of skin cancer or spend a lot of time in the sun, like so many of us do in the summer, you should also get checked. If you've been diagnosed with skin cancer, call for a second opinion. Franciscan Health provides a comprehensive approach to treating melanoma with a multidisciplinary team of oncologists, melanoma surgeons, and dedicated nurse navigator. So you're not going through this alone. To schedule a second opinion, call 317-528-1420 or visit franciscanhealth.org/fightcancer to connect with a cancer nurse. Franciscan Health, inspiring health.
Breaking Benjamin, live in concert. Tomorrow, part of the Coors Light concert series at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. With special guests, Chevelle. 3 Days Grace, Dorothy, and Diamante. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Breaking Benjamin, new album, Ember, out now.
Lights, camera, gotcha. Plumbing problems can't hide from us.
Got a leak, don't freak, call Ben. Got a mess, don't stress, call Ben.
Corey Kreitzberger here from Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Cracked pipes and hard-to-trace leaks can hide behind walls and underground. We use specialized cameras to look deep into your plumbing and solve problems fast. Right now, get a $99 drain cleaning with a free camera inspection.
Call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Terms and conditions apply. License number CP101-00018.
Dan Dockage here for Whole Wall Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. We all love these hot days, but don't you love coming home to a nice, cool house? If your house is warm and toasty instead of cool and comfy, call Larry Howald at Whole Wall Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. He and his team are the best in the HVAC business. They did a survey last fall. 95% of their customers said they're highly satisfied and would refer a Whole Wall tech to a friend. Seriously, call and find out. 255-HEAT, that's 255-4328 or WholeWallHeatingandAir.com.
Mortgage interest rates continue to drop, and we are back to those historic low levels. You have a lot more buying power. Let's get you pre-approved now. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
Powered by the Hubler Auto Group, a dealer to help the people. Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Click DriveHubler.com for Indiana's largest selection and best deals. Hubler has it all.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The NTT IndyCar Series races at Mid-Ohio. Sunday at 3 on FM 107.5, The Fan. The Ride.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
With JMV.
Black Bowl Sitter. Hey, anybody want to go see Billy Bob Thornton, the Academy Award-winning actor, front man of Billy Bob Thornton and the Box Masters tonight? Can you do it? High five. Now, again, don't jack with me here and then just want to win them for the sake of winning. I want you to be able to go, all right? I got a pair to go see Billy Bob Thornton and the Box Masters. Fountain Square, Hi-Fi tonight. Hi-Fi, Fountain Square. Now, it's up to you whether you want to roll in there and talk about French fried taters and all that stuff. Yeah, whatever. I wouldn't. Just me. I wouldn't. Doyle Hargraves. I wouldn't do that. But if you want to, you can do it. Just a thought. We'll go number 7, 239-1070 right now. Billy Bob Thornton and the Box Masters. Hi-Fi, Fountain Square tonight. Number 7 is going to go 239-1070. Be on call because I have another pair to give away before the end of the show, too. We got a lot more to give away for you as well. JMV, is it true that your producer Kyle has never had stitches? It is true. He said, quote, I've been close. That's not a generational thing right there. That's just luck. Right? It's not, because most of the things where we differ, it's just a huge generation gap we have between us, but that's not the case.
Only broken one bone ever.
Yeah.
I just got pretty lucky that way.
Well,
Never
lucky.
sprained an ankle.
You rub some of that luck on me. I've been the most unluckiest human in the world in the past year. Like, I'm that little tiki in the Hawaiian Brady Bunch episodes that whenever I'm around, people like go, hey, I like you a lot, but man, you're a bad luck, dude. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are all asking me. I don't know if I trust a guy that's never had stitches. I would agree. All right. Andy Moore, Automotive Group Hotline right now. He moves over from the Indy Star to the Athletic. Zach Kiefer joins us. Stitches in your life before, yes or no?
You can trust me. I've had them multiple times.
All right. Over, under. More than 15.
Oh, less than that. I'm not that clumsy.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to be clumsy to be stitch-worthy.
Well, you know what? Let me clarify. A couple times that I've had them, it was because I was clumsy, so maybe I should backtrack that statement.
All right.
No, not 15 times.
Why did you have to get stitches? What was the situation surrounding this event?
You know what? Actually, one time was a basketball practice, and I was making one of those hustle plays that get you a shout on ESPN. I ran into the bleachers trying to save a ball, and Joe Wright, former Colts lineman and former CYO basketball teammate of mine, he'd defend me. He'd give me credit for that one.
Oh no! You gotta have Joe Wright's vouch for you, is what you're telling me here.
Yeah, that's my shout out there. But heck, Joe was a heck of a hustler as well. He would have been proud of that. He would have been proud of that play.
Yeah, you know what? And he's hustling no matter what time of the game. He would probably irritate you if you're on the other team, wouldn't he? Because he'd be like running things out and yeah.
He was annoying, and he was on my team because in practice he was the guy that was going 125%. And getting on the coach's good side and making us all look bad. I hope Joe is out there listening right now.
I hope he is too. I hope he is too. So I played in the Amp Harris Reggie Wayne thing, and it's a great event for a great cause. And I was thinking, Chris Hagan and I were playing in this, and we were both kind of thinking, what do you think Chris Ballard and Frank Reich think about that? Just out of curiosity. You think they're down with it?
The fact that, like, T.Y. Hilton and Eric Ebron were playing? I bet Chris was not thrilled with that.
Somebody was asking me about this, and I said, I stay away from these guys. I don't get anywhere near them. Not anywhere near them.
I mean, T.Y. played on 2 busted ankles last year his ankle was dislocated in 2 spots for like a month and a half. Yeah. I wouldn't touch him if I were you either.
Oh, not even like Kenny Moore comes in, driving in. I know he wants to dunk, and I just go. I'm going to get out of the way. Just go. So
can those guys play? I mean, any of them?
T.Y. Hilton is really good, and you look at T.Y. Hilton. That dude is just lightning bolt athlete. You know what I mean? He's just, and he may not look it, I guess, because of his stature, but don't be fooled. That guy is straight athlete, and it's incredible. I bet he knocked down 11 threes Saturday, and it's not like he's playing against a great defense or anything, but just, he's not playing all the time, and he goes out there and drains, about 11 threes. He's a freakish athlete. He really is.
They've got a hoop in the Colts team meeting room, and this is a new thing with Frank Reich, I believe, last year. Nick Sirianni's all about it, the OC, and they will have competitions, offense, defense, receivers versus O-linemen, and everybody on the team, every single guy has told me that T.Y. just cleans up, so you're spot on.
Yeah, he looks really good. Like, you can tell, and nothing against Ebron or even Jacoby Brissett, but there's just a difference between him out there than there really is anybody else. I mean, he looks like that he could. Yeah, right? And that's kind of how he looking. All right, so you made the transition from the start of the Athletic, right? So you're excited about it?
I did. I'm pumped. And that's not to say I didn't love my job at the Star, because I had an awesome job at the Star. I had a great time, a great 7 years.
What are you, skydiving right now? What the hell? Where are you?
I'm about a mile from the Colts facility, so that airport is around here. No, I'm really excited. I'm excited to work with Stephen Holder again. He's the best. And you know what I want to do. The Athletic just fits more of my thinking. I just want to write good stories, longer stories, like stories with some meat. And this will free me up to do that more often, I think.
All right. What was somebody had sent me your latest, too. That was your latest writing effort. What was it?
It was sort of an introduction column today. It was personal. You'll have to read it to sort of really get the feel of it.
It was getting high praise because you did let some people in, personally speaking. I think that's pretty awesome, too. I do.
Yeah, it's a story I have not told to a lot of people. It's really weird writing about yourself. I'd rather write about someone else any day of the week. I mean, you'll read it and you'll understand what I'm talking about, but I was like fighting back tears in Starbucks the other day trying to get through this, and that doesn't happen very often with a story. But it's kind of about my dad and kind of him pushing me into this job and where I'm at now, and so you'll just kind of have to read it. It's just kind of like my story.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, too. You know what? I think that it's weird. I know you probably don't like doing it, but you just, we're all everyman out there. And it's so relatable, especially things of that personal nature. And I think you make a lot of people, feel better telling, that type of story where they may have a story, Zach, that it's incredibly similar to the one that you're telling.
Yeah, that's been really striking today, is how many messages and comments and tweets I've gotten from people with very, very similar situations. And I talk about a voicemail that I saved on my phone, and they're like, I did the same thing. And that really helps me, and I think that helps them as well. And sometimes you need that sort of a, someone who's been there before that really helps you kind of get through that.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, check that out. It's the Athletic. Zach Kiefer, new to the Athletic. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So getting to stuff that you normally write about, I was talking to folks in Kansas City, and while They tell me that Justin Houston can still get after the quarterback, which is highly expected. I think people around here really expect a lot of him doing that. But they talk about him being able to set the edge more so than anything else. Now, granted, he set the edge on a defense that was not noted to be that great a year ago, that they got rid of all the players and the coach and brought in a new system and scheme and everything. What about that aspect of his play? And what also kind of concerns folks is the fact, Zach, that when you're noted at protecting the edge, normally that's not the best thing to say, especially if in the past you put up big sack numbers. What do you think we see from Justin Houston in 2019?
On my list of 5 or 6 guys I'm ready to watch every day in Westfield, he's right up there. I want to watch him against Anthony Costanzo, and I want to watch him in pads because we saw a lot of action in shorts this year, in the spring and all that, and it's not really football. But that being said, Justin Houston looks great. I mean, he just there's a couple guys every year that just pop. I mean, last year when we saw Quentin Nelson for the first time in person, it was like, holy F, this guy is enormous. Justin Houston wasn't the same reaction, but he is startlingly big when you see him in football gear. They need him to get to the quarterback. That's period. I don't know where Kamoko Ture falls in. Last year they were able to really pull the pass rush out of their hat. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, they were scheming up pass rush. They were designing plays. And by the end of the year, 23 was their best rusher, and he's a cornerback. That's not a knock on Kenny Moore. That's a credit to how versatile he is. But they don't want that to happen again this year. Don't forget about Muhammad, who was great down the stretch. Don't forget about Tyquan Lewis, who's going to be able to play the position they drafted him to play this year. And don't forget about Marcus Hunt, who had some games in the middle of the season that were just phenomenal. I mean, literally, he had stuffer games that were crazy. But they kind of mixed and matched so much last year, and they're bringing in Justin Houston to fix that. It'll be interesting to see how he does against the run, but really it's just going to be how much does he have left in the tank, because he took offense to that question when we asked him back in March. The Chiefs let you go. We don't know what the market was, but you settled for a 2-year deal. How much is left? And it seemed like that was something that was on the top of his mind. So he's going to be a guy that's probably not going to stay a lot in Westfield, but I'm really anxious to see how he looks against a really good left tackle in Anthony Costanzo.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Zach Kiefer from The Athletic joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. There aren't a lot of huge storylines, and we knew the one going in last year was going to be Mammoth, and that kind of came off the board.
Right.
The
I don't
first,
like that.
yeah, the first. I don't either. The first day when Andrew Luck got out there and threw that first football, but besides what you just mentioned, give me something that you might try to glorify as a storyline that just isn't nearly what the type of storyline we saw a year ago with the quarterback was.
So this is really a good question, because last year, and I was talking to, we've got a group chat, me and Chappell and Wells and Holder, and it's like last year there were so many uncertainties. 1 being the shoulder of Andrew Luck, 2 being Frank Reich, 3 being, is the line never going to fix itself? Is the defense, what the heck's the defense going to look like? So many of those questions were answered last year, right? I mean, I'm going to look for some guys that I'm really intrigued by. And Ben Banigou is one that just jumps out. Like, what position is he going to play? What's he going to look like? Is he ready to take the step up in terms of, it's one thing to be a stud in college, it's another to be a stud against these guys. The cornerback situation is a lot more clear than it was a year ago, but I still want to see where Quincy Wilson's at. Is this the year he really solidifies himself as a starter? Because it seems like he was on that track last year. The receivers, it's going to be really, really fun to watch 15. I think the fans who come out to Westfield are going to be really excited about what they see from Paris Campbell. One thing is I would warn, last year they hid Eric Ebron in the preseason. We saw him absolutely tear it up in the training camp session, and then he did that in the regular season. So don't be afraid if you see less and less of these star players in the preseason. Frank Reich likes to hide his skill players a little bit. That might be a case, but I think 15 is going to get a lot of different work from a lot of different spots on the line and out wide, and I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch for a long time here.
He's Zach Kiefer of The Athletic. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I've thought Nyheim Hines was going to have a big year, because Nyheim Hines has told me twice that he believes he's going to have a really big year, as the offensive Swiss Army knife of sorts here. However, everybody else that covers the team and I want your opinion here, believes that Paris Campbell is going to take away a lot of these opportunities for him to do what he was doing well a year ago. Do you agree with that?
To a degree, I agree with you. But I wonder more about, this is the sort of the thing in the back of my mind, is I've talked to Frank Reich a lot about Nyheim Hines, and he just loves Nyheim Hines. And I see Nyheim catching a lot of balls out of the backfield, and I don't think Paris Campbell's going to do that as much. Now, good, I get it. There's only one football, and there's a lot of skill position players that need the ball. You need to get the ball to 85, 84 is back. You've got T.Y. out wide as well. Paris Campbell's going to play a lot in the slot. He's going to get a lot of balls, I think, as he gets acclimated to the offense. But I see Nyheim still being a main part of the offense. I still see him being the number 2 back. And getting a lot more carries than Jordan Wilkins, and then he'll be that scat back. So I just can't see him falling off a cliff this year. I can't see him not being a central part of the offense. I know there's only one football and there's a lot of talent to go around, but he does a little bit different stuff than Paris Campbell does. So I wouldn't overthink that.
How's Spencer Ware, provided he makes the team, and I'm assuming he'll make the team, but how's Spencer Ware going to be utilized as a veteran running back of sorts here?
For right now, he's competition in camp, and he's a guy we might see get a lot of carries in the preseason games. But for right now, he's chasing Jordan Wilkins' spot, and I think Jordan Wilkins has that number 3 spot on the running back depth chart. I think the clear-cut number 1 would be Marlon Mack, and I know Frank Reich is all in on the run game this year, and that's sort of a challenge to the offensive line as well as Mack. You got to stay healthy because they want to be a little bit more run first this year, and that's something that's based on a lot of tape they watched in January and February after that Chiefs game. That's how they think they're going to take the next step up. So I think there's room for some more carries for these guys. But I don't think Spencer Ware is in that 3rd spot just yet. We'll see how it shakes out in Westfield.
All right. Why is it you keep hearing, and maybe there's nothing to it, but whenever you hear Duke Johnson's name mentioned, you always hear somebody or read somebody writing about how the Colts should or may have interest, because it doesn't appear to me they're going to or will, but you still occasionally see that pop up. Why?
Because Twitter. Because fans. I'm not saying it won't happen. They kick the tires in all these situations. And you're going to see a little bit more movement, I think, as we get towards the end of camp. I'm not ruling out like a big, they might get some calls about Jacoby Brissett. You never know which starter out there is going to go down and which team is going to, I don't want to use the word panic, but be in need of a quarterback. Remember a couple of years ago, the Dolphins called Jay Cutler off the couch and gave him $10 million. So those things can happen. The Colts have some trade chips. They have depth on the roster they haven't had the last couple of years. But that's going to be a really interesting thing to see how it folds out in camp, because they're going to cut some good players this year. That's just how it's going to be. That's a credit to how much better the roster's gotten from spots 30 through 53 through 63 through 90. So we'll see. But they're definitely not done. There's going to be some names that are not on the team right now that they'll add late July, early August, even late August before the season opener gets here in early September.
Where's the best position competition at with this team in camp?
Probably wide receiver. I like the group probably a little bit more than most. I love the addition of Paris Campbell. We've talked about that. I'm probably higher on Chester Rogers than some people. He played great down the stretch. He made some big plays. He's better than people give him credit for. He's got a good rapport with Andrew Luck. They're going to miss Dontrell Inman. They're not going to miss Ryan Grant. But I think Funchess is a guy that's going to be really interesting to watch in camp. Not so much the production, but this is a guy that got into it with Jacoby Brissett a little bit during the offseason stuff, and maybe that was just one thing. But a lot of Carolina Panthers fans didn't think it was just one thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how he blends into the team as they really start playing football. And I'm just excited to see what this group looks like come September 6th.
Hey, I saw what happened with Reese Fountain today. You know anything behind that?
I do not. I've been catching up on the Athletic and signing up for all this stuff. I got to get going on a new job, but we'll check in on Monday. We'll hear from Chris on Monday and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Wednesday.
Yeah, he's going to be out there Wednesday, is what you said, right?
Yeah, we'll hear from him Wednesday.
All right. Well, he's at the Athletic. I'm telling you, they like hire somebody every day. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, Zach. It really is.
It's ambitious. I will say that. And I'll say this too. They hired a lot of good, talented writers today. I mean, they announced our hires today, and I'm like, oh, I love reading that guy in Philadelphia. Oh, I love reading this person there. I mean, it's a good place, and I really like the model, and I really like what they're doing. They just want you to go write good stories.
All right, tell people how they can find out how they can read you on The Athletic. Tell them.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm just at Zkeefer, Zkeefer, and theathletic.com/Colts. You will find my stuff, Stephen Holder stuff, and whenever Bob Kravitz decides to chime in, you can find him there as well. I hope Bob's listening too.
Yeah, well, I saw the whole saga on grabbing the wrong recorder at the Big Ten meetings. That's pretty special right there.
Stunner, isn't it?
Have you ever done that before, grab the wrong recorder?
I've been doing this 11 years, and I've never done that. And I bet you Bob has done that 35 times.
Well, he can't even get his little bitty tiny Vienna sausage fingers around a damn recorder. You know what? I mean, he needs a lasso for it.
Whether it's his recorder, his computer, his car keys, it's a daily struggle sometimes. He's the best, though. He's the best.
That's awesome. Hey, congratulations on the move, man. And, have fun with it. And we'll continue to do what we do as we get into the Colt season. This is like the official ushering in to the end of summer right here for everybody, really, isn't it? I mean, we think about high school football, back to school, but this is kind of it for everybody that follows the Colts.
For us that cover the team, I mean, I've got 18 holes tonight, and that's one of the last times I'll play golf for the rest of the year. So it's it is the end of summer. It's sad.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, my friend. Congratulations, Zach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I'll catch up with you in Westfield.
We'll do it. We'll see you up there. Zach Kiefer of The Athletic. He's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Yeah, they're like hiring. I said this the other day, kind of with a joke with Stephen Holder. They're hiring everybody every 5 minutes, I think. Which is good. Yeah, a lot of you are saying, I don't know if I trust anybody that's never had stitches. My man here's had one. Michael Gigi says, I became a top fan of your Facebook page today. I owe somebody, and I feel bad. I owe somebody a drop-off line sports because I was doing 1,000 things this morning. We had dentist appointments and all this stuff running around, and I didn't have time to do it. Things will settle down, get back into place once kids go back to school. We get a little bit more level going on here, but that's my bad. I owe you guys that for sure. Emax, I saw Emax. It was great to see Emax on Saturday down at the Reggie Wayne and Amp Harris game. But, yeah, it was. T.Y. Hilton scored the game winner. The other team was up 1, and he was inbounding the ball and threw it off the defender, grabbed it, and went from midcourt all the way down and laid it in at the buzzer. And then people kind of went and piled on him, and I got the hell out of Dodge. I didn't want to be a part of that. Nope. Not me. I remember one time we were playing pickup hoop, and this was in a contract year for Pat McAfee, and we were playing over at the field house on their old practice facility floor at the field house. And, man, some dude out of nowhere undercut him, and I thought, you know what? Either you get out of here, I'm not playing another minute with you on the floor. What are you doing? I mean, completely undercut him. I thought, that's great. Contract year and everything. But nah, I stay away from the guys. Good dudes, though. Good dudes came out for a great cause. It was a great time. Yet another fantastic basketball game event for everybody. But I stay away from the players. Tyler writes this, I got my first stitches at the Steve Alford basketball camp in 4th grade. 5 stitches on top of the head. Got to meet Steve and his dad as a result. Well done, Tyler Benson. Yeah, this was brought up by virtue of Tom Brady and everybody ripping Tom Brady for jumping off a cliff in Costa Rica with his 6-year-old daughter. And everybody's, I should say everybody, but some are ripping him because of this. And I just kind of let mine go at it. Yesterday, go off the diving board. If you hit your head on the diving board trying to do a flip, then we'll take you to get stitches and it'll be over. And then Kyle chimed in with being a dude that's never had stitches, which is ridiculous to me. Hey, I want to give away that final pair. You want to do that right here? Yeah, final pair of Billy Bob Thornton tickets tonight. Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters. If you missed out before Zach came on, you got time right now. I just want to give everybody time to think this out. Make sure that you can go, but it's tonight, Hi-Fi, Fountain Square, Billy Bob Thornton. And the Boxmasters, if you want to go, we'll do number 7 at 239-1070. 239-1070 right now. Back with you next.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. We're almost halfway through summer, and if you haven't found the home of your dreams, I have some great news for you. Mortgage interest rates continue to drop, and we are back to those historic low levels. What does that mean for you? You have a lot more buying power. You can now expand your search to a higher price point and still have the same payment. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Got a great idea for you, John, from my friends at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. Are you ready? Four Winds rolling back the price just for you. A midweek staycation during August. You can stay 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, for just $199. Telling you, $199 for 3 nights in the Garden Double Room, or you can upgrade to a Lakeside for $99 more. You can check out the great restaurant and bar, the Windjammer. The breakfast is fantastic. Indoor, outdoor pool. They have mini golf for you, boat rental, hiking trails. It is outstanding. I want you to call right now and get those reservations for this price. 812-824-BOAT. That's 812-824-2628. Tell Tony down at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina that I sent you, and you also can't wait for that Friday of Labor Day weekend when we have a big-time Backyard Bourbon broadcast from the Four Winds at Lake Monroe. But right now we're thinking about August and that room for you, a 3-night staycation. 812-824-2628. That's 812-824-BOAT. Tell them JMV sent you.
Attention Duluth Trading Store visitors. Will the gentleman streaking through the buck-naked underwear department? Yes, you. Please take feels like wearing nothing at all a little less literally. That's more like it. And thank you for shopping at Duluth. Get buck naked for $16 this weekend only at Duluth Trading in Noblesville off I-69 and Southeastern Parkway.
We are very dedicated to our community.
For Robert Violante and his team at Diamonds Direct, it's not just about business. It's about being involved here in Indy, giving back, supporting, caring.
We are involved in so many charities. For example, the Indianapolis Children's Wish Fund, Artomobilia, Tatum's Bag of Fun, Champ Camp, Independence Academy. We really do give back and are involved in our community.
That's a commitment shared by the entire Diamonds Direct team, because this is home.
Everyone has grown up in the area. We're all either from Indianapolis or the Midwest.
And first and foremost, they're all big-time Colts fans.
Diamonds Direct Indianapolis was the first and only jewelry store in the state that is recognized as the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts.
Diamonds Direct, committed to value, committed to quality, committed to integrity, and committed to our community.
We are Indianapolis.
Keystone at the crossing beside the Green Bridge.
I'm Robert. I'm the general manager for Diamonds Direct in Indianapolis, and I'd love to see you. I'd love to have you come and visit the showroom. We'll take great care of you.
Nestled on 175 wooded acres near the picturesque town of Zionsville, Golf Club of Indiana boasts 15 water holes, 72 bunkers, and championship tees of more than 7,000 yards. Upon visiting the facility, Jack Nicklaus stated, Golf Club of Indiana is as nice a facility as I've seen to come out and play daily fee golf. Golf Club of Indiana, just 20 minutes from Indianapolis International Airport and from beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Call us at 769-6388 to reserve your tee time today.
Yuengling Golden Pilsner, a beer so crisp, refreshing, and smooth. When you crack one open, it makes any occasion golden. A night out with the ladies.
I might call it a night. A night to remember.
Game day with your buddies.
Beer man, Pilsner here. And here, and here.
Happy hours come to life.
Could I get a Yuengling Golden Pilsner? You know what? Make it a bucket.
Yes, with Yuengling Golden Pilsner, card games get wilder.
I should probably fold.
but I'd rather go all in.
Even backyard bonfires feel more alive.
Hey guys, I brought my guitar. And my drums.
So no matter where the day takes you, crack open a smooth, refreshing 6 generations in the making Yingling Golden Pilsner and make your day golden. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's John here for PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com. All right. I've said this a little bit earlier, too. Options and results is what you get. Options and results. If you want your real growing hair again, there are options out there. It's multi-hair hair grafting, artist robotic FUE, and laser hair therapy. If you want the results, that's what you get from PAI. Darren Andrews with the private consultation. It does work. If you want your real growing hair again with PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's Big Joe. Right now, for every window you buy, you get the next one free. No limits and 0% financing for 36 months. Call 317-659-8191 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. Save up to $120 with the purchase of select tires using your Big O credit card. See store for details. Now open in Whitestown.
It's the Fan Morning Show with Jeff and Big Joe.
Happy birthday, Slick Leonard! Man.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what I had?
What'd you have?
You got me a steak, and I ate it.
And look, if Joe gets your food, you got to eat it before he gets to it, Slick.
The Fan Morning Show with Jeff and Big Joe. Weekday morning, 7 to 10. Only on FM 107.5 at 1070 The Fan. The Ride with JMV. FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
I had to get away from the YouTube feed just a moment. I think I forgot to put on deodorant. I think I stink. You ever stink? No, I was reaching for something to drink, and if you guys could see me on YouTube, the channel right now, I kind of did one of those things. I went, get your nose kind of top of your shoulder, near your armpit, and I go, hey! Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I mean, I thought I sprayed myself down. Do you smell anything over there?
I can't smell you over here, but I'm a good 8 feet away.
You've been smuggling onions in my armpit or something in here. Come on. I think this ever happened. Man, I so don't want to become, I'm near 50 and I kind of worry about this. One of those dudes that just kind of forgets and then, hey, he just walked in here. He must have forgotten something again. Don't let me become that, please. It's terrible. I just noticed just now sitting here. Hey. That's from Jerry. Hey, as Meatloaf said, JMV, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Well, he didn't say, he said 2 out of 3, thank you, even though I don't like it. But, yeah, I mean, the Red Swan song was the Friday night game. That was it. Yeah, 7-run lead, gag it up. I mean, that was the kick in the junk. That was it for me. I mean, I just that's over. And if you weren't thinking about being a seller then or by then I'd have to think you're thinking about it now. And now you got to go on the road, begin a set tonight in Milwaukee. There have been moments too. I mean, there have been moments when you think, and I think that ultimately this team's going to feel as if they left a lot on the table because there is talent, but you just can't put it together for any sort of lengthy stretch. I mean, normally it's just one facet of the game where they pitch well, or the bullpen's pitching well and the hitting's not there, or the hitting is there but the bullpen's not pitching well. Starting pitching you get, timely hitting you don't. And that has been just an issue. Or managerial decisions. It's just kind of been like a cluster. And remember, they go through the first month and a half of the season and not just not hitting, but can't hit a lick. And in that division, even though that the teams are pretty close to one another, I would think, you have a bit of a run where you're playing division rivals and you're losing 2 of 3 or 3 of 4, and you're toast. You are just toast. So, yeah, that is a bummer. I'm going to sit here like this look at me on the camera. I'm going to sit here like this the rest of the show. Hey, how you doing? The hell happened? JMV. I hate Tom Brady, but what in the hell is wrong with people? It was a special moment between father and daughter, plain and simple, with all the issues involving NFL players. This is not one of them. Keep up the good work, Dad. I'm right there with you on that. And then people have a problem with it. People continue to have a problem with it. And it's stupid. You want to know why? Because everybody has way too much time on their hands if you have a problem with something like that. Just way too much. JMV. Oh, yeah, more stitches. Do you say people said that a lot of people suggesting they never had stitches here?
Come on. I've had quite a few people that said they've never had stitches.
No, don't give me pictures of Pepe Le Pew, all right? Stop it. Are we still allowed to watch that? Because I would think people would really, really have an issue or take issue with Pepe Le Pew. How would Pepe Le Pew? You can't watch that cartoon now. That's some skunk. You got a skunk running around with a really bad French accent, stalking a cat that just happened to walk under some paint roller, some white paint roller. There's no way. Have they not taken those off by now? Hey, JMV, absent-mindedness is a sign of higher intelligence, they tell me. I hope so. I've always lied to my wife and told her that my IQ is much higher than it actually is. And then they piss her off. She'd get mad. Because I would always say it's like we used to play this game, this trivia game called You Don't Know Jack, back in the, I think actually back before or right around the internet taking shape. But we played it on the home computer, You Don't Know Jack. And I'd get questions right and talk junk and just make her mad. Because she obviously holds the title of being much smarter than me. But anytime I get something right, I kind of go, yeah, talk junk. You don't know Jack. Hey, JMV, you're right. How's anybody anymore watch any Pepe Le Pew cartoon episodes? Have they not? I don't know. Maybe they have taken it off. I never see it. Coming up on the chick cat with a white stripe down her back going, getting up all over. There's no way that's working. Somebody's going to find, I can't believe it. I can't believe what this skunk is doing. JMV, we used to go cliff diving at Arthur Junction in Pike County. I saw a dude split his head pretty good. I mean, anybody that's ever gone around Bloomington is now closed. And I think filled in, too. I think Nate Waterford down in Ellisville would have to tell me. I think they filled it in. The quarry where they shot Breaking Away back in 1978. God, everybody went there. Now, he didn't jump off with any 6-year-olds, I don't think. Maybe they did, but, hell, everybody was there. Hey, JMV, I kind of agree with you regarding Justin Houston. I think Colts fans are expecting double digits plus. Hopefully he can get that. But I'm not quite sure. That's one of the things that I'm going to watch is I think that, again, there are players, Zach and I were talking about, Turay as being one, Lewis as being another. I think there are guys that we're not necessarily talking about because, to the rest of the NFL, they're not name recognizable guys like Justin Houston might be that are going to be really good at that too. Listen, I have a high bar set on the entire thing. And I guess I am kind of on an island here, considering that Nyheim Hines is going to be, productive or more so than he was as a rookie. And most people kind of scoff at that by virtue of the presence of Paris Campbell. I hope it all works out. I hope they can find enough footballs for everybody. But that seems like that's going to be difficult to do. Hey, JMV, I'm 45. This is from Jamie. No stitches, broken bones, or strains in my lifetime. How can that be? How can that be? Like my man Kyle over there. Got a bloody nose once in a baseball game, and that's it. It's outstanding. Actually, it is fantastic. Oh, I got some scammer stuff right here. I was talking about getting scammed the other day. Thank you, Chris, for sending that. It's a little bit too lengthy to read, but I get it. I was talking about I get scammers all the time that are, hey, call me back. You just won $25,000, and yeah, whatever. We used to have I used to be on a no-call list, and I think now that I'm on, call me anytime you want list. I don't know what happened to the damn no. We were all called for the no-call list back in the day, and now, hell, everybody's calling you now, which is unfortunate. Hey, JMV, this is a great question, by the way. What are you most going to watch for at the beginning of a camp? To me, it's probably going to be like everybody else, Paris Campbell. It's a really good question, but it's probably going to be Paris Campbell. But, as Zach mentioned, Eric Ebron was kind of a hidden commodity in camp, and then all of a sudden, as a touchdown pass catcher, turned out to be huge. To me, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break and I'll come back. The overall interest that I have in this Colts team, as far as how this is going to work out and how they reach expectation, it's more than just one player. And it might, actually, I take that back. It's not even a player. I'll tell you who that is next.
It's your chance to play a round of golf with Jeff Rickard and Kevin Bowen at Hickory Stick Golf Club next Monday, courtesy of Franciscan Health Orthopedics. For more information, 1070thefan.com.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like Comcast Business could give you more. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offer ends 8/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Hey, Johnny here for Forum Credit Union. Are you looking for a simple yet savvy credit card that pays you cash back every month? Well, look no further. My friends over at Forum Credit Union, that's Kevin and the gang, they got you covered. And here's what it's called, the Forum MasterCard Credit Card. No remembering to redeem your rewards or having you sign up to earn them. It's all cash back automatically every month, and it could not be easier. And we all dig the hassle-free process of things, don't we? We need to be more hassle-free. And this, once again, a unique and an original and a money-saving idea that is hassle-free from Kevin and my friends at Forum Credit Union. Could not be easier. So check it out online today. That's forumcu.com or any branch location. Tell Kevin that I sent you the Forum MasterCard Credit Card. It is genius. For more info, right now, it's online, forumcu.com.
We're all trying to get in a little bit better shape these days. Some of us use the weight room, some like to run and hike, while others play the sports we love. But unfortunately, almost all of us will end up with some kind of ailment from trying to stay fit, and that's where Franciscan Health Orthopedics comes in. They'll fix what ails you so you can stay active. Again, it's okay to push yourself, but sometimes we go too far. And when that happens, the orthopedic experts at Franciscan Health are there for you. From sprains and tears to fractures and dislocations, they'll get you back in the game. Franciscan Health Orthopedics, inspiring health.
Our standards are the highest I've ever seen in the business, and I've been in this industry my entire life.
That's jewelry veteran Robert Violante, General Manager of Diamonds Direct, talking about how only the best of the best diamonds make it to the Diamonds Direct showcases.
We start by selecting the very best rough. We cut it, polish it, and then take the top 15 to 20% and offer that to our clients.
That mind-to-showroom concept allows Diamonds Direct to offer superior quality for less.
One thing that always surprises clients is how much further their budget will go with Diamonds Direct. They may have been looking at a 1 carat somewhere else for what they were hoping to spend. Well, at Diamonds Direct, you could get a 1 1/4, sometimes a 1 1/2, and it's really amazing.
And then there's the after-the-sale commitment from Diamonds Direct, a promise to stand by that jewelry for life for free.
Once you become a Diamonds Direct client, you're our customer in our family forever. We take care of your ring for life for free. You never pay for any service. Anything you ever need done, we take care of free for life.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Keystone at the crossing beside the Green Bridge.
Got a great deal for all the listeners out there. You guys want a staycation? Seriously, I mean, this is a great time to do it, too. I mean, it's kind of the last gasp before the kids go back to school, before things really get rolling, right, with sports and everything else. Post what we know is summertime, at least outside of the whole school realm here. Here's what Tony and the Four Winds are doing for you right now for the month of August. Stay 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, for just $199. $199. 3 nights in a garden double room, or you can upgrade to the lakeside for just $99 more. Heated indoor-outdoor pool. It's very outdoor this time of year. It's awesome. Mini golf, boat rental. Just awesome on Lake Monroe. Hiking trails and so much more. The Windjammer Bar and Grill, which is awesome. They have a great breakfast. So call 812-824-2628. Ask for Tony. Tell him JMV sent you. That's 812-824-BOAT. Or online right now, thefourwindslakeside.com.
Lunch, will it be the same old, or are you ready to take a vacation from the ordinary with the new Jamaican Jerk Turkey Sub at Firehouse Subs? It's piled high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast, craveably sweet mustard sauce, and a hint of Caribbean seasoning, all for just $5.55 for a medium. Save time. Order the new Jamaican Jerk Turkey Sub on the Firehouse Subs app. Only $5.55 for a medium. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Participating locations, limited time only, plus tax. Prices may vary.
Tuesdays are the worst. They're all that stands between you and the downhill part of the week. But now they're a lot less worse, because Wing Tuesdays at B-Dubs are buy one, get one free traditional wings. So Monday, you may kick off the week. Wednesday, you may have a cool nickname. Thursday, you might be the almost weekend. But watch your back, because Tuesdays just officially became Wing Tuesdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one traditional wings order and get one of equal value free. Participation and promotional details vary by location. Check in with your favorite Buffalo Wild Wings to learn more about this offer.
The Red Sox host the Yankees in an American League East clash. Saturday at 3:30 on FM 107.5, The Fan.
There's one thing I've learned in all my years. Sometimes you gotta say.
The Ride with JMV on 1070, The Fan.
Kyle's over there. I'm John. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. Colts camp later on this week. You guys are asking me what one of the biggest stories going into Colts camp, and this is one that's going to be ongoing. And I said maybe one person, maybe it's a dual role here, but I'm going to go non-player angle. I'm going to see how Frank Reich and Nick Sirianni handle an offense where there's a great deal expected and many individuals expecting it production-wise.
This is some NBA news that just came across.
Go ahead and give it to me. I'll finish my thought. Go ahead.
Tim Duncan has joined Greg Popovich's staff as an assistant coach.
Oh. Tim Duncan is an assistant coach?
He just sort of disappeared.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to bring up low post play. I was going to bring up Miles Turner with Kevin McHale. We'll do that in just a second. Let me finish up my thought regarding this team offensively because you've got a lot that people expect out of this team offensively because they seemingly have so many weapons. And we'll see. I mean, wide receiver wise, we'll see if that all works out. But I mean, it's certainly a tight end. But you got individuals also expecting a lot, and I've just named a couple of them. Nyheim Hines has been on this show twice during the spring, expecting to add on to what he did, what he produced as a rookie. Eric Ebron, who wants to do more in the touchdown game than what he did in his first year here as a free agent tight end a year ago. And as they say, they do only have one football to go around here. I mean, there are going to be a lot of people. Now, it's great. I mean, it's great if you have a great locker room and everybody is going to be good with just the overall enjoyment of winning and success and production from a team. But at the end of the day, you do think about these guys as individuals and expectations that coincide with the team and where they end up, but also are expectations individually on themselves. And a future contract, more money that relies on just that. So spreading the wealth. And we know Andrew Luck's good at that. But I mean, right now, on paper, seemingly they have a lot of guys. And maybe if injuries take shape, maybe something happens. Maybe all of a sudden this wide receiver group, we were talking about that. And I wore everybody out on it a year ago. Now, I wore everybody out on it, but I was accurate. I mean, it wasn't ready. It did struggle. They had epic drops in that 1-5 start. And what kind of settled things down? What kind of settled things down was, when Dontrell Inman came, and whether you want to, coincide that with the schedule, whatever. But that did seemingly settle things down. But I'm just going to say, just offensively, how both Frank Reich and Nick Sirianni handle things offensively, because you have a lot of weapons, you have a lot of guys, you have high expectations team-wise. There's no doubt for this offense, but you got guys that have high expectations. I mean, Eric Ebron was bent out of shape last week about his damn Madden rating. And has already said that he wants to do more touchdown-wise than he did a year ago. I said this, too, about Eric Ebron. I think people would be incredibly happy. And hopefully that's the case. If Eric Ebron didn't necessarily have to do touchdown pass-wise what he did a year ago, was more consistent in other areas of pass catching. Because you can improve on that. And I would expect him to improve on that. But then you add guys, Doyle coming back. Everybody is talking about Mo Alley Cox. We were just talking to Zach Kiefer about, the depth at running back. Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines, Jordan Wilkins, Spencer Ware, the 27-year-old veteran. Wide receivers. You got a guy in Devin Funchess that's got on a one-year deal and going to want to show some things too, right there. I think somebody's got a little announcement for me here, I think. So, yeah, spreading that around and hopefully everybody being happy. And there's a lot to be said about maybe not reaching your individual expectations production-wise or marks, but still, because your team is good, being happy and satisfied. It's a lot of stuff to manage right there. So that's where I'll start. I'll say coach and offensive coordinator. Right there. That's not what I thought it was. See, I thought Corey was calling in to give me some production value. Corey Kinney just texted me and tweeted me, I should say, trying to call in with no answer. Well, Kyle's over there working on something. You got some production value. I know it's Cubs fans that want to rub it in. Cardinal fans that want to rub it in. Nah, I deserve it. There's no question. I deserve it. Mark does want to talk about Eric Ebron at 239-1070. Go ahead, Mark. How are you?
Hey, JMV, I'm doing well. You mentioned Ebron contributing in more than just the touchdown game. It seemed like last year with the play calling, they really designed things around getting him in the game when it was a red zone situation. Do you think that we'll see more of him in between the 20s, or is that more of the Paris Campbell / other receivers who are going to get the lion's share there in the middle of the field?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I would expect that Eric gets utilized in similar fashion as he did a year ago, but there are more numbers of guys that you would think probably will get a look, especially at his position, that may take away from exactly what he did, especially touchdown-wise a year ago. I mean, I don't expect him to live up to it, and the only reason why I bring it up is because he talked about, going past the production he did a year ago and then kind of got upset about his Madden rating. He was really good at tight end. I just think people here would be happy with his end zone production if it decreased a little bit, but if he were more counted on, more consistent, just catching your average pass, because it was weird. He caught a ton of touchdown passes, but he also dropped some passes that it was mind-numbing when he dropped it. You thought, you got to be kidding me. So I think you fix that, and everybody's going to feel really good about it.
Yeah, there were definitely spots where you could see why Detroit was happy to let him go there, even though the touchdowns were awesome. Do you see Funchess maybe stepping into more of that in the red zone with his size, or is that
I think that's an expectation. I think Mo Alley Cox is going to get a lot of that too. There's another guy that maybe he might be third on the tight end depth chart right now, but I think he's going to get a lot more of a look in that capacity than what people think right now.
Yeah, good deal. Thanks, John.
Hey, Mark, you call anytime. Thank you. Where did this come from here? Somebody sent me this, the most overrated player on each NFL team. Do you agree with this list? Where did this list come from? I don't know. Something called Facts and Fiction. The most overrated player on every NFL team. Who do you think they list on the Colts? I'll tell you what, we'll take a break and come back. Who do you think they list on the Colts? I don't even know if this is worthy, but this just popped up on my desktop here. Let me give you a great example. Let's say for Houston. I'm going to give you the other three within the AFC South here. For the Texans, the most overrated player, according to whatever list this is, Jadeveon Clowney. The Jaguars, Nick Foles, who hasn't even played a down there yet. And my God, he has to be stratospherically better than what they've had at quarterback there, right? I would assume. And Delaney Walker of the Titans. Here are three examples. See if it surprises you who they name as the most overrated player on every NFL team and who they tag from that Colts roster. We'll do that on the other side. Matt Taylor, the voice of the Colts, will join us coming up at 10 minutes past 5. And we got tickets to give away. Santana, Doobie Brothers, Ruoff, Impractical Jokers, Murat Old National Center coming up at the 5 o'clock hour.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
An effective defense often hinges on sophisticated strategies relating to income tax projections, business valuations, spousal support claims. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 317-322-0122 or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
I'm Rorden Shane, fourth-generation jeweler. I tell my friends who are shopping for an engagement ring to see what's out there. Do research online, visit jewelry stores in person, ask questions, look around, then come to Shane Company last. You'll see with your own eyes that you get a prettier diamond for your money at Shane Company than anywhere else. For the center stone, we have many more diamonds to choose from in every shape and size. If you're considering a center stone with color, we have thousands of loose sapphires and rubies in every price range. Most jewelers don't even offer loose rubies and sapphires, and all of ours are natural, never lab created. You'll always find hundreds of new ring styles for every budget, from classic to halo to vintage to three-stone rings. Our unrivaled warranty is free for a lifetime and even covers the center stone. Come in today and we'll show you how to build an affordable engagement ring that's beautiful from every angle.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
Hey, Johnny for PAI, WeGrowHairIndy.com. With multi-unit hair grafting, some have asked me, okay, if you want your real growing hair again, essentially, how do you describe multi-unit hair grafting? And having done it in sports terms, it's resodding the playing field. All right, let's say you take a divot out, like on the sod of a baseball field or a golf course, and you put it back on, or you replant it in this case, and then it sprouts up all new, but it is real. Yeah, resodding the playing field is exactly what you're doing with PAI and multi-unit hair grafting. I mean, it's your real growing hair. There's nothing fake about it, nothing glued on, nothing taped on, no staples. It's your real growing hair with PAI. Talk to Darren Andrews about how you can get your real growing hair again with PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
What's the key to a stress-free summer? 3 words. New air conditioner. Hi, I'm Corey Kreitzberger from 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. At 1 Hour, we'll guide you to the right air conditioner for your home. And back it with 3 more words. 10-year warranty. Buy a new system now and get a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. Call 844-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Excludes basic systems. Terms and conditions apply. License number 800106668.
Indiana's best, Andy Moore, Toyota in Avon, 5 miles west of 465 on US 36. Yeah, you scout online. That's where I want you to go, AndyMooreToyota.com, to find the vehicle of your choice at great prices. Talk to Ben Mendoza, Robert, and Scott about it today, but here's one that they have highlighted that is really popular right now. If you're looking in the SUV category, have you thought about a RAV4, the 2019, and in this case, the blue RAV4 is looking fantastic. Here's how they describe it. Underneath the RAV4's rugged good looks, it's kind of like me, are capabilities that reveal the potential of where you can go both on and off the road. You'll love it. If you're looking for an SUV, try the RAV4 at great prices and talk to Ben Mendoza, Robert, and the gang about how they can get you into the car, truck, or van at your choice. It's Indiana's best, and it's Indiana's best for a reason, because of the way they deal with you. Find out why, find out how, and be incredibly happy with your car buying experience. It's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon, 5 miles west of 465 on US 36.
Mortgage interest rates continue to drop week after week. Don't miss your chance to lock in to one of these historically low interest rates. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. Go trackside with Kurt Cavan and Kevin Lee. Tomorrow night at 7 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Polish friends hanging and banging with you until the 8 o'clock hour. Coming up, we have artists such as Living Color and the Fine Young Cannibals right now. Here's Roxette, The Look, 89.9 WROL.
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Woo! You know, I found some tapes over the weekend, too. I got new tapes to unleash on everybody. JMV 88 coming back at you bigger and better than ever. I think I found some from B97, too. I found some from B97 during an IU football tailgate before the IU and Kentucky game. I don't know what year it was, but it was me and John Callahan at B97. Oh, it's spectacular stuff. JMV 88 is much better because at the time when I was at B, I was beginning to lose or trying to work through the lisp. JMV 88 in 1988, it was full-blown Southern draw, Southern Indiana lisp right there. I mean, spectacular. JMV, all these lists that come out from adult nerds who live in their mom's basements who have nothing better to do than come up with these lists. The list. The list of, and I don't know who made this up, but the list of the most overrated Colts player, then Doug Thresher got this right. They list on the list Eric Ebron. Let me tell you this. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, overrated about 13 stinking touchdowns. There's nothing overrated about that at all. Now, would you like him to be more consistent at times? Yeah. And not to have the level of drops? Yeah, sure. But 13 touchdowns. That doesn't seem overrated. You surprised that's Ebron? I don't even know who made up this list again. It's probably bull crap.
No, because I could see people just seeing the touchdown numbers and not going a little deeper.
And the drops. I mean, if you look at the drops, you look at the drops and the touchdown numbers and you go, oh, yeah. Man, they said the same stuff about Chris Carter back in the day. That's why Buddy Ryan got rid of him. And all he does is catch touchdown passes. That was a pretty good deal for Chris Carter in the day. It's funny, for the Saints, they have Alvin Kamara as the most overrated. What? Classic. Alvin Kamara, the most overrated for the Saints. For the Rams, who went to the Super Bowl a year ago, it was their quarterback, Jared Goff. Oh, these preseason lists are outstanding, aren't they? It's classic. You guys love, don't you? Thank you. Now, I'm not going to do any more Pepe Le Pew impersonations here. I just said I'm surprised that nobody's throwing a fit about that. Dude's all stalking up the cat. Literally. Just can't get rid of him. Stinks. I guess kind of like me. Man, there's a lot of things I forget nowadays. I'm glad Nate told me that's a sign of just being incredibly intelligent. Hey, JMV, I have a tic-tac-toe board of stitches between my chin and lower lip from when I bit through in an accident when I was 5 years old. That's terrible. Dog bite, knee, and then side. I got 30 staples, 35 staples on the side. One time I didn't get it. I stepped on a broken bottle, and it went up through my 1981 Nikes, right into my foot, like sticking out. And I should have had it then, but I didn't go. Kyle across from me's never had stitches. I don't know if I can trust anybody that's never had stitches. I'm not sure. Either you're incredibly lucky, and I need some of that luck to rub off on me right now, or you just didn't hit the life experience that a lot of us did. Stitches. Matt Taylor, the voice of the Colts, will join us coming up here. I don't know, 3-4 minutes or so. Al's at 239-1070. Hello, Al.
Mr. John. Hey, I was talking your guy. What about Paris Campbell? Is he still with the Colts?
Well, they just drafted him in the spring, Al. Yeah, he's there.
Well, what's the word on him? You're talking about all these receivers. Isn't he going to want to get out there and catch a pass?
He is going to be somebody that I think we all believe will be utilized fully as a rookie. Moved around and utilizing that speed, Al. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about him? Is he short receiver or long receiver?
I think they're going to line him up everywhere. That's what I think. Like, we get into this discussion, Al, about who's going to be lined up in different positions more often. He or Naheem Hines. And I think that we all agree around here that Paris Campbell's going to be a guy that's going to be lined up all over the place, and they're going to take advantage of that speed, Al. Yep.
That's all I got, John. I'm just excited to see what he does on in the pro ranks, you know.
Al, I'm right there with you. Al, thank you for the call. It's Al Pacino. I'm quoting what film right there? What do you got, Kyle? Al Pacino. Attica. Dude. Actually, that was a film quoting a film right there. Got anything for it? JMV, I heard you talking about Spencer Ware a little bit earlier today. Where's the level of production going to be for him? Well, we're all under the impression that it's going to be Spencer Ware, who's 27, and Jordan Wilkins battling it out there for number 3. And as Zach Kiefer joined us last hour, as he mentioned, and I agree with this, there are going to be a lot of good players that are going to be cut. A lot of good, what we believe to be good players. because what they wanted to do is round out this roster with a high level of competition and depth, going into camp, and that's seemingly what they've done. Stitches. Greg said, I got stitches on 3 separate occasions because I tried to go the wrong way up a C. I don't want to hear about your slide stitches, though, because that's like cheese grating crap, right? I don't like that. I always had, especially the steel slide. They don't have the old steel slides anymore, but there's nobody out there that ever went down the old steel slides that were not aware of 2 things. One would be, if it sat in the sun, how incredibly hot it would be to burn your ass, and the other would be going down that thing and having just something sticking up to where it's like the meat cutter, the meat slicer, or the cheese grater. I was a big fan of the steel slide, but I always thought about that. Man, Greg, that just put a bad thought in my mind. Those hot son of a guns. I mean, really, in our day, man, the playground was just we all got through it, didn't we? You're going around on concrete or asphalt, and you're going on the merry-go-round thing, and it went round and around. Incredible. So I'd agree. The steel slide, that'll get you stitched up in a minute right there, too. Hey, JMV, we got to get you over to Dies Walk sometime and do a live show. I'd love to do a live show at Dies Walk, so let me know. I got the social membership at Dies Walk right now because I'm very social. I'm a member of the social club. I don't do golf. I'm not doing the golf thing, but I'm very socially active, which is probably not surprising to anybody. The Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. He is the voice of the Colts, and he is a Reds fan that I think has punted on the season after the debacle, or as they say where I'm from, the debacle of last Friday night against the Cardinals. He is Matt Taylor. Have you punted the season?
I don't know if maybe punt is a strong word, but paying less and less attention is probably more accurate. Does that make sense?
It was a debacle. It was such a debacle on Friday night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at just the Central Division going into the All-Star break. I mean, it was right there. I mean, at one point, around July 4th, there was 3.5 back, and now are they 10 back? And it's just there's no indication to think that they're capable of making a run and going on a stretch where they win 9 out of 10 and getting themselves right back into the thick of it. And they've got injuries to the bullpen now, and Nick Senzel's been out of the line. I mean, there's just a myriad of things that have contributed to some mediocre baseball, to be honest with you. And it's just kind of been there, done that. And I think the frustrating thing is they're sellers now at the deadline. And, you look at it kind of objectively and you say, well, I guess the rebuild continues. And when that ends, who knows?
I'm depressed. I am. Yeah. I was right there with you. In their times, do you ever find yourself sitting at home going, you know what, Skipper Bell, why don't you just sit down for a minute? You ever just tell him, you ever just want to say sit down? Because just stop.
Everybody wants to say, well, David Bell, he's out there, he's fighting for his guys. I mean, he set a Reds record.
He's an over-managing son of a gun, isn't he? I mean, he does.
I think sometimes, and I'm not being critical of him because I think it's a lot more the players than it is him, but sometimes we confuse that for being a good manager and for having guys back, whereas sometimes I think David Bell is just kind of running out there and kind of in over his head a little bit, and then he gets himself into trouble, and then he gets punted from games a little bit.
It's Matt Taylor. We're both Reds fans, and unfortunately, we're going through a bad stretch right now with our favorite team. And it's never ending too. Now you got to start a set in Milwaukee, and you just got 3 or 4 taken by the Cardinals, and everything started out great with the Cubs, and then that ended on a sour note. It's it's never ending,
And that's why this stretch after the All-Star break is so pivotal in a bad way for the Reds. It's not that they've lost, whatever it is, 7 of 11 or whatever the number is. It's that they're losing to Central Division teams, which widens the gap doubly against their favor. And so, like I said, there's just, the pitching is starting. The pitching the first half of the season was so good, and you just looked at this offense and you pointed fingers like, why can they not score runs? Well, now they can't score, and now they can't pitch, and that's why it's just kind of a lost season. And what do they do with Puig and some of these other guys? Who's on the trade block? Is Scooter Gennett going to be here? And we haven't even talked about how Joey Votto looks considerably older than he has in the past. So
I love Puig, though. I don't know about you, but I love Puig. I do. He makes, to me, it's fun to watch him play. I just do.
It makes it more interesting, I'll give you that. But how much of an impact has he had on the team overall? I think that's up for debate. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. I think if it was more well-rounded, I think that I think his impact would be something you would notice, certainly more than you do now. But I've certainly enjoyed it. I think it'd suck if they end up getting rid of him. Hey, Matt, have you had a Taco Bell or a taco from Burger King yet?
Hasn't been on my to-do list. Have you?
No, I haven't. I was just kind of curious. Hey, Kyle, have you had a taco from Burger King yet? Huh. I thought sure that maybe one of you guys would have had it. So,
no.
Do you view yourself as having a taco from Burger King at some point, or no?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I can't think of a situation that I would say, man, I could really go for a BK taco right now. I can't put myself in that scenario. I'm not a big Burger King guy, and I know everybody's like, oh, late night White Castle. I think that sounds gross.
You're
White
kidding.
Castle's,
you don't eat late night White Castle?
Yeah.
Man.
White Castle at any time for me. Yeah, there's never a situation where I'm like, man, White Castle, I'm craving those sliders right now. It doesn't happen for me.
I love it. You know what? I'll do a little White Castle and go home and unleash the beast to everybody in the house. And I say, oh yeah, you didn't pick up your room? Well, take that. Oh, you didn't get out there and pick up sticks in the yard? There's a little bit for you too. I love that.
Your whole house smells like White Castle leftovers.
Oh, it smells worse than that. All right, well, we're gonna see. I considered maybe you stopping by Burger King and having a taco, but
why did you take me as a Burger King taco?
I don't know. I just thought maybe you would have done that. What is it, like 99 cents? And I know you're a bit frugal when it comes to things like that. I thought you'd be all over that.
I'll go out on my fast food. I'll spend the $3.
You do not. There's no way you spend that. No.
Why?
I just know. I bet you don't. I mean, would you, I'll give you a great example. Would you buy, if the Arby's roast beef sandwich is $6, would you pay $6 for it?
Well, I don't like Arby's. So that's not a good example. But if it's something like everybody loves Chick-fil-A, right? I mean, I'd probably pay $6 for a really good Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Would you would not pay $6. You're lying to us all right now.
I'm sure I already have, and I just don't know it.
There's no way. If they're going for $4, you wouldn't pay $6. There's no way. You're lying to us.
A Chick-fil-A sandwich and a drink, that's probably $6.
Well, I mean, listen, if you got you and your wife and the kid in there, that's going to be like $20 right then and right there. There's no way around that.
I will give Chick-fil-A credit because you look at their drive-thru. I mean, it's any part of the day too. It's wrapped around the building 3 times, and you're thinking, there's no way I'm going there. But they do get through that sucker quick.
I agree.
They're really efficient out there with the people and the iPads and the mobile ordering. They get you in and out, and it's good.
Well, I will say this too, and they have very friendly people, and I'm thinking you better because we just paid $25 for me and my daughter for breakfast. You better be friendly.
Man.
Hey, we got later on this week, Thursday and Friday, things officially are underway. And I've been asking this of everybody, and I'll go ahead and let you in. My thought on what I'm really interested in, the Colts storyline-wise, is more with Frank and Nick than it is with players, because I want to see with all these offensive weapons, at least on paper going in, how they tend to utilize, produce, and then everybody being happy and jovial at the same time. I think that's a task.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge, right? I mean, that old cliche, there's only one football to go around. And so But I think that speaks to their evaluation of talent and how they vet free agency and how they prioritize guys in free agency. Like, they're not going to bring in a guy that's going to get his feathers ruffled that the ball's not going to him enough. And I think Devin Funchess will kind of fall in line in that category. You know, he wants to come over here and win, bottom line. You know, if he doesn't have as many catches or yards or touchdowns than he had in 2017 in Carolina, which was his career year, then so be it. I think Eric Ebron last year in free agency was kind of the same way. So I think up front they kind of take care of that problem before it gets a problem, so to speak, you know, before OTAs and before training camp. I just think they bring in guys that, bottom line, want to win, and they'll sacrifice, you know, career years in production to do that. And, you know, I love that story about how Quentin Nelson, you know, shows up in the spring. He's got that hat on that says, run the blanking ball. And, you know, Frank Reich's all about it. I think Andrew Luck's all about it, too. I mean, Andrew Luck would love to not have to throw the ball 40, 45 times a game and throw for 350, 400 yards and the Colts win. I think he would love to hand the ball off to Marlon Mack and the offensive line take care of business. But in the NFL, you got to do what you got to do to win. But hopefully this offense, which Frank Reich wants it to get there, they want to be a top 5 rushing team. And on paper, they can do that. They've got all the pieces in place to do that, and that would be a bold feat because it hasn't happened in Indianapolis since 1994. They've had a top 5 rushing team, but I think they can do that if the cards fall in their favor. You know, a 4-minute offense where they kind of eke out the clock and waste it away running the ball and hammer it down the opponent's throat. So I think this team is capable of doing anything it sets out to do, bottom line.
All right, you've been doing research because we just got a nugget. They haven't been a top 5 rushing team since 1994. How much of that was Marshall Faulk?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I'd have to go back and look.
Oh, wait a minute. I stumped you on your research?
He wasn't. When did Marshall Faulk come here?
Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing. Was it 94? I thought his first year was 94. Am I wrong?
It doesn't sound
See,
right.
thanks. You know, your research is making me look like a jackass. Thanks a lot.
I can look it up real quick on the front of the computer with the complex. Wait a minute here now.
I don't know. Well, all right. I mean, it has to be.
Yes, he was.
Okay, Marshall Faulk and Roosevelt Potts are 2 guys that came to mind.
Yeah, in 1994, he was a Colt. He ran for over 1,200 yards that year. So, yes, he was a significant part of the equation.
So they were top 5. They were top 5 because of one dude, whereas they want to be top 5, obviously, with a number of players in this case.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be running back by committee, but I think the committee is going to be a little bit more fragmented than it was at the beginning part of last year. I mean, Marlon Mack has proven he can be the closest thing to a bell cow on this Colts team. I mean, if you extrapolate all of Marlon Mack's numbers from last year, you know, if he plays a full 16 games, he's right there at 1,200 yards. So I think that's the baseline for Marlon Mack in 2019 in terms of, you know, where he's going to be. And then I think it's really competitive to see how the carries shake out and who's going to be on the roster as, you know, those 3rd and 4th running backs. I mean, Nyheim Hines is going to make the team. I think he exceeded all of expectations last year. He was kind of your 3rd down, empty set guy where you can throw it to him out of the backfield and make people miss. But I think Jordan Wilkins, you know, had a really good year and made the most of his carries, but his playing time on offense really declined towards the end of last year. He was primarily a special teams guy. Spencer Ware is here now. They're still pretty high on the potential of Jonathan Williams. You're only keeping 4, and really on game day, you're only going to have active 3. And at the end of last season, you were exclusively a 2-back offense. So, yeah, that running back, you know, situation is really going to be interesting to watch and see how it evolves in camp.
So Matt Taylor, voice of the Colts, he's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline with us. Colts camp begins on Thursday, Grant Park in Westfield, and we shall be up there a ton. Teray Lewis or the veteran Houston? Who do you think has the most sacks in 2019 for this defense?
Good question. I would say right now, you know, not even having a day in practice or in pads or anything like that, I'm going to say Justin Houston, just because he's had the track record, and there's nothing to think that he can't come in here and do it, even though he is, 31 years old. I mean, again, Chris Ballard's very calculated in terms of who he brings in here, and he's not going to bring somebody that can't come in and elevate the culture of the locker room and still get it done on the field. So I'm going to say Justin Houston's going to hover around that double-digit sack threshold, but knowing well that Kamoko Touré's got another year of development and another year of another off season to work on his game, and he's been working with Robert Mathis, Justin Houston this off season. And again, he's another guy, in his production and his playing time really kind of fell off towards the end of last season. I don't expect that to be the case this year. I think he's going to be more efficient as a pass rusher in year number 2. And I just think bottom line, there's going to be times where the Colts go NASCAR package, and they're going to have 4 guys that have defensive end qualities or that have at least played the position in the past on the field at the same time. And as an offensive coordinator, what do you do? And if you go base defense, a leading candidate for that Sam linebacker is Ben Banigou, who can play, defensive end and has really good traits about him as a pass rusher as well. So I just think this defense is going to be a lot more creative and a lot more, again, I use the word efficient at getting after the quarterback this year compared to last year. 38 sacks in 2018. A majority of those came in like 3 or 4 games. They would get 5, 6, 7 sacks in a game. They would have periods where they would get 0 or 1 sacks in a 3 or 4 week stretch. I think it's going to be more consistent and more efficient.
It's Matt Taylor. He's the voice of the Colts. Things get underway at camp coming up later on this week. Have you worked on any new signature calls this year? You have any other? You got any signatures? Any sayings? Any lines? Anything?
I don't. You asked me about this in May or something.
I know.
I mean, I'm open for a suggestion. What do you got?
Well, maybe we ought to talk about this off the air first. With what I got. See, you're more professional than me, so I feel comfortable in asking you about it. But yeah, I wouldn't. We'll have this conversation off the air for what I might have for you.
I think if anything, it's got to be short.
Yeah.
To the point. Something that you could easily see on a T-shirt. Does that make sense? Like Boom Baby was, something that's on a T-shirt.
Didn't I have a bad one for you last time and we kind of vetoed that immediately?
You said
holy crap.
You said oh blank or something.
Yeah, you can't do that, can you?
Yeah. I don't think that would resonate.
You don't think they care? You think Pete? I'll call Pete right now and see what he thinks.
I'm going to go ahead and use my veto power on the O blank.
Oh,
is that all right?
Yeah, that's all right. But you haven't thought about anything?
Not really. Like I said, you're going to hate this answer, but it has to come.
Oh, unique.
It has to just flow.
Unique and organic are going to drop on me right here. I'm excited.
Just flow. Yeah.
Hey, it's funny. We all been laughing at me today. I forgot to wear deodorant, and I got BO like crazy today. I don't know. And it was funny. I didn't notice it until I was sitting here, and all of a sudden I reached down to get my phone, and my nose kind of goes past my shoulder, and I go, hey, what the heck? It was bad, too.
Do you have the stick or the spray?
Well, I think I'm at a point. I do this where you twist it, right, and it comes out, and right. I think I ran. You ever run out and you don't realize that you ran out until you start stinking a little bit? I think I ran out, and I didn't. And I go, hey, because I know I put it on, but it didn't do anything unless my stank is just so overwhelming that it can't do it. Well, I mean, maybe it's me. Yeah,
you're getting older, John. You're getting older now.
I'm telling you, I am. I'm going to be 50 in December, and I'm forgetting everything right now. So I'm crazy.
I'll tell you what, man. I can just see the wrinkles.
I am happy for it. When I get up there, you going to come on the show a little bit, or are you doing a lot of work up there? What do you guys got as far as fun stuff? And I know what you do radio-wise, and certainly what is going on at Colts.com.
Tons. As far as marketing at camp, they've got Colt City every day, and that kind of stays open later beyond practice so that fans can check that out after practice. Seemingly every day that there is practice, there's a marketing day that attached to. I think there's Kids Day, Community Day, Barbecue Day, Grandparents Day is really cool. That's something new they're doing this year. And then on the website, side of things, something that's really cool that they're doing. They just announced, actually, they're doing our video production team they just continue to kill it. They are doing kind of a 4-part series, and the first episode I think is going to come out this week if I'm not mistaken. But a 4-part series behind the scenes on training camp, kind of like the Colts version of Hard Knocks for the website on Colts.com. And it's going to be really cool. I think the first episode is going to follow the equipment guys and what it's like to live in their shoes this week and these weeks in training camp, what it's like to set up and just all the heck they go through to make sure it goes off without a hitch. They're going to follow the wide receivers in camp, that wide receiver battle in camp, and there's so many guys with so much experience trying to make this roster, so that's going to be an episode. And then just kind of as the preseason evolves and unfolds, that'll kind of dictate the rest of the topics for the shows. So I think it's going to be really cool, and Colts.com, man, those guys are killing it. I can't stress enough, check it out because it's going to be worth your while. It's long-form, behind-the-scenes content. Fans love it, and, Chris Ballard and Frank Reich are all about it. Let's get on this journey together, everybody on board. So I really encourage everybody to check it out on the website.
So Knickerbocker's over there working it, huh? That's what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some good ideas, man. It's really, really cool.
Working it. Hey, by the way, too, we're going to get a bunch of people together at some point, and we're all going to go over to Hoffa's Barbecue for lunch, and we're going to put it on Mayor Andy Cook of Westfield's tab, okay? That's
Let me know.
Yeah, we're going to get everybody, at least all our friends, the people we do like with us, right? We're going to all go over there, and we're going to have, because they say Hoffa's is the best barbecue around, and we're going to put that to the test, and then we're going to put the entire tab on Andy Cook, the mayor of Westfield, right there. He's going to pay for it all.
Hopefully it's coming out of his check.
I have not cleared it with him just yet. I haven't cleared it with him yet, but we'll see. Hey, I'm excited for you, man. And I'm going to be doing what, Friday night here, and then with you guys, right, on Sunday. So.
Pre-game and Friday nights. Yeah, I can't wait. It starts next Friday with you on the radio, and then August 8th. It's going to be here before you know it.
All right.
The crazy that it's here. For you, was it a long off season or
no? It was a blank. Part of the reason why is because June, weather-wise, especially on the weekend, was a joke.
Yeah,
it really hasn't seemed like too much of a summer. So
no, not at well. The last couple of days have been pretty unbearable. But I'm with you. It went by in a flash. In some ways it feels like a long time. We just got off the bus in Kansas City, and then in other ways, it went by really quick.
Well, I think about this, too. We sit around, and outside of football, we sit around so many months of the year, dreaming and waiting for great weather. And then when you get this, great summer weather, it's here for a flash and it's gone. So that kind of is a bummer. But no, happy for you. Matt Taylor is the voice of the Colts, and he has never had a Burger King taco. All right?
I've also never been to a fair, like a fair, state fair, county fair. I've never been to a fair.
You've never been to a state or a county fair?
Never.
That's
it's
weird.
Always kind of coincided with football.
So I know, but you never. When you were down at Franklin College, you didn't cruise on over to Johnson County Fair and try to pick up chicks on a day off.
Never made
Next
it.
to the hog barn? No.
Never made it.
You've never shot. You've never played in a game with an oblong ring with a basketball to try to get some kind of stuffed animal. Never.
Nope. Nope. You name it, man.
You never put quarters in those machines that had the bulldozer and it would push. It was supposed to try to push the money out and it never pushed the money out. You never done that either, huh?
Have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Matt Taylor. Never Burger King taco and never at a county or a state fair. It's incredible. He's your voice of the Colts. And we've got great content coming up for you. Matt, it's always a pleasure, buddy. We'll see you in Westfield.
All right, pal. Talk to you.
That's Matt Taylor. I am serious. I smell so bad right now. I'm going to have to stop at CVS on the way home. You don't smell anything over there yet, do you? Woo! Telling you. All right. And no Harris Future Park race of the day on a Monday, so it's me and you rest of the way. You guys want to do that? 239-1070. Email the rest to JMV at 1070thefan.com. We shall talk about my BO if you like. We can give away some tickets. We'll do Impractical Jokers right now. Want to do that? Impractical Jokers. That is going to be at the Murat Old National Center. Very funny. Have you ever seen the show? Impractical Jokers. Let's do number 5 here. We've done number 7 a couple of different times. Number 5 at 239-1070 gets tickets for that show. Back with you next.
Like a lot of women these days, Mackenzie Tudor knew exactly what she wanted in an engagement ring.
I'm a big fan of Pinterest. I've been studying this for years.
She wanted a pear-shaped diamond in a certain designer setting, but became frustrated quickly when most jewelers just didn't have it.
You can go in a lot of diamond stores and they don't have the pear shape. They may have one option. They may have 2 if you're lucky.
Then she and her boyfriend Ken found Diamonds Direct, with one of the largest selections of loose diamonds in America in stock every day.
Diamonds Direct had more than dozens of the exact size and shape of diamond that I was looking for.
And because Diamonds Direct carries all the top bridal designer lines, names like Verragio and Simon G, finding the ideal setting was just as easy.
The styles at Diamonds Direct, they go right along with Pinterest. They are exactly what every girl's looking for.
Diamonds Direct, the exact diamond you want, the designer ring you've been dreaming of. No compromise necessary.
I can't say enough about how many compliments I get on my ring from Diamonds Direct every day.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, this is Dan Dockage for Steffi Hadaway Insurance. Did you know Steffi Hadaway sells life insurance? If you're like a lot of people and think you've waited too long or can't afford a life insurance policy, then you should talk to Mike Steffi and his team at Steffi Hadaway Insurance. They represent dozens of life insurance companies who can tailor a life insurance policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call Steffi Hadaway at 317-334-3743 today or shiagency.com.
PAI, WeGrowHairIndy.com is where you go. Talk to Darren Andrews about how you can get your real growing hair again. Literally, it's just a visit away. He'll tell you everything about multi-unit hair grafting, artist robotic FUE, or even laser hair therapy. I'm telling you, it works, it is real, and it gives you an option. If you're losing your hair right now and you don't want it, there's a way at PAI. WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
Hey, it's Tony Kanan. I'm here with Chuck Jones from BUSS Chevrolet. Chuck, summer is here and you got some hot deals.
Yes, TK. July kicks off the Bill Esther Chevrolet Takeover Sale.
The Takeover Sale is in full swing. Boom!
Boom is right. During July, you can take over the low payments on any vehicle with down payments cheaper than a tank of gas. Or we've got 0% financing on all new Chevys for up to 84 months.
Chuck, now's the time to find new roads to BUSS Chevy at 465 in Michigan Road or online at BUSSChevy.com.
Tuesdays are the worst. They're all that stands between you and the downhill part of the week. But now they're a lot less worse, because Wing Tuesdays at B-Dubs are buy one, get one free traditional wings. So Monday, you may kick off the week. Wednesday, you may have a cool nickname. Thursday, you might be the almost weekend. But watch your back, because Tuesdays just officially became Wing Tuesdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one traditional wings order and get one of equal value free. Participation and promotional details vary by location. Check in with your favorite Buffalo Wild Wings to learn more about this offer.
Hey, it's Stan Dockage here for Family Leisure. You know how much I love my spa from Family Leisure. Guess what? It's back. That's right. America's largest spa dealer is having the world's biggest spa sale. Over 1,200 spas, 5 manufacturers, no games, no gimmick. Higher quality spas, better service, lower prices. $8,000 spas, only $49.99. $5,000 spas, only $24.99. Special financing available. Over 50 models to choose from and spas from $12.99. Nobody beats Family Leisure. Nobody.
The Ride with JMV.
Can I use your bathroom?
FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
Yeah, I realized in the 4 o'clock hour while on YouTube.com here on the 1070 The Fan channel that I stink today. God. Ty, did you smell me when you walked in here earlier? Can you smell me? Yeah, I do. I stink. I swear to you, I know I put it on today, but I stink for sure. JMV really enjoyed the conversation with Matt Taylor regarding the Colts. I would tend to agree with a lot of what he had to say about position battles and the depth of the team, and then going all the way back to talking with Zach Kiefer about, seriously, this is what I have to do this because I can't raise. I've got some serious bow work in here.
I trust you.
You? You want a little whiff? Here's a little whiff for you right here. I'm going to rub it all over. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Jeff and Big Joe in the morning. Yeah, we were talking to Zach about the depth of the team and the challenges they have. Obviously, some guys will have to make the roster. And not just the depth that we'll see position by position on the active roster, but just the competition depth that Chris Ballard has preached forever. And that's what it boils down to. That's what they've wanted, and that's, well, considering what everybody has talked about, what they have right now. Hey, JMV, okay, the White Castle thing made me wonder with Matt Taylor. He says he's never been to a fair. He's lived a shallow life. I'm shocked that my man's never been to a fair. I don't know about anybody else, but I love White Castle. It's one of those things where you can't do it all the time. It's like the Long John Silver's or like Captain D's. You'll go in there and go, hey, that sounds great. And you'll be excited. You'll eat it. And then you go, yeah, you know what? I'm never eating this again. But at some point, you'll work your way back. That's just like White Castle. And then there's a rite of passage. I mean, hell, if you're in your 20s and you're going out, I mean, there's only so many Waffle Houses and Denny's and things like that. It's got to be a White Castle. I love White Castle. JMV, where I went to college, Chick-fil-A was our only option, and I burnt myself out. So I'm one of the few that won't eat it. I do like Chick-fil-A. That $25 breakfast can be pretty sweet, though. Yeah, they're really nice, but you better be really nice because my daughter and I just paid $20 for breakfast. Be really nice. JMV, you were talking a little bit earlier about Tobias Harris. Is there anybody out there that believes that the Pacers should have made a run, a significant offer to him, and it would make them better? Listen, I'm a non-believer. I just heard over the weekend, you had some national folks that were talking about how, the Pacers, want Tobias Harris. And, the problem is not with the NBA. It's with the Pacers because they don't want to pay. That is BS. That is BS. The problem is with the NBA. But you don't hear anybody whining about it down there. They just go to work on it. But they are not like other teams, and they're not going to be like other teams that can just go out and pay a lot of money and majorly gaff a decision and not themselves pay for it for years to come. It just isn't going to happen. For other teams, other organizations, you can. I mean, think about this for a moment. And it still may not be resolved, but there should not be more of a crap hole than the LA Lakers franchise. I mean, everything has been screwed up. Yet, look at the Vegas odds. Look at where they have them. Because it's LA. There is an unfair advantage. That's just me talking about it. The Pacers don't say anything about it. They know they're different. They know that they have to do things and they have to be incredibly accurate. Or at least try to be. It's from Ryan. Hey, what day are you going to Hoffus? I'll have some of the Westfield football players come join you guys and add it to Mayor Cook's tab. I did not clear it to Mayor Cook. So, Matt, if you're listening out there, you may want to clear that. But I have not done it. But everybody says go to Hoffus, so I'm going to get a bunch of the Colts folks that I know, and we're going to go out to Big Hoffus, and we're going to have some great barbecue. That is what I've heard. And I love Westfield. My man Travis and the gang at the Kroger in Westfield, I love Westfield. I've always said this, if Westfield were located in Johnson or Morgan or Monroe or Greene County, I'd live there. But it's way too far north for me. I got to be around a lot of hillbillies. So I can't. I mean, I go up there and yeah. I love it, though. I love Westfield. All right, 239-1070. We'll get your calls coming up on the other side to close out this show. Thanks to Zach. Thank you to Matt Taylor. Hey, later on this week, hopefully we work this out. I've been trying to get a hold of Tommy John because Tommy John is a great story. As far as a major league player, the surgery, great story. And I have been told that the one and only Biz Marquis will be on this show later on this week, too. And we got a lot more for you. Quick break. We'll come back, give you a shot at tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers, and close out a busy Monday with you next.
It's your chance to win tickets to see Impractical Jokers with special guests Jim Brewer, Sarah Tiana, and Josh Johnson. Ruoff Home Mortgage Center, August 11th. This week on The Ride with JMV.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Indianapolis area attorneys. A partner men can count on. 317-322-0122. Or visit online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Indianapolis. Cordell & Cordell, 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1100, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
JMV here, and to really appreciate Diamonds Direct, you have to go back about 70 years. That's when the entire thing started with a well-respected diamond cutter in Israel. It is amazing, too. Now Diamonds Direct is a nationwide phenomenon because they've transformed an entire industry with diamonds in this case that come straight from the best diamond cutters with no middleman markups, with a selection that is like 30 ordinary stores in once. It is incredible. And just rock solid warranties and guarantees and prices that are amazing. I mean, the best value. So if 2019 is your year of engagement, if you haven't done it already, if you're thinking about doing it, get that ring for her at one place and one place only. That is Diamonds Direct. Rings, earrings, pendants, pearls, bracelets, bands, colored gemstones, designer jewelry for any occasion. It's can't miss. Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing, where Indy gets engaged, and the official jeweler of the Colts.
You have Medicare and Indiana Medicaid? With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you could be getting so much more. Anthem may provide up to $2,000 towards dental, $0 copays on many prescriptions, and up to $1,320 for over-the-counter healthcare items. Get more out of your Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Switch today. Call 866-649-8826. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is an HMO special needs plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield depends on contract renewal.
Hey, if you're looking for something simple, I'm always looking for something simple and hassle-free. How about this? It's simple, but it's savvy. It's a credit card that pays you cash back every month. And here's what they have for you at Forum Credit Union. It's called the Forum MasterCard Credit Card. No remembering to redeem your rewards. Sign up to earn them. You don't have to do that at all. You get the cash back automatically every month. That is hassle-free. That's what we're looking for. And that is my friends Kevin and the gang at Forum Credit Union. Check out the Forum MasterCard Credit Card today. Always unique and original ideas to help you save and save money. ForumCU.com or Kevin in a branch location, and tell them I sent you today.
If you value honesty, integrity, and a job well done, we have a lot in common. Corey Kreitzberger here from Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Our straightforward pricing shows the cost of repairs up front. We built our business on integrity, so we promise a 100% satisfaction guarantee. As for a job well done, our licensed plumbers come through every time.
Call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Terms and conditions may apply. License number CP 101-00018.
For the extraordinary Hoosiers who grow our food, feed our minds, make us safe, and keep us free. An extraordinary celebration. Your Indiana State Fair salutes heroes in the heartland with a party of heroic proportions featuring fantasy superheroes and Hoosier homegrown real ones. Heroes in the Heartland, presented by Indiana Donor Network. Your Indiana State Fair, August 2nd through 18th.
A
Attention Duluth Trading Store visitors. With a gentleman streaking through the buck-naked underwear department. Yes, you. Please take feels like wearing nothing at all a little less literally. That's more like it. And thank you for shopping at Duluth. Get buck naked for $16 this weekend only at Duluth Trading in Noblesville off I-69 and Southeastern Parkway.
Yankees, Red Sox, Sunday Night Baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on FM 107.5, The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Awesome! Totally awesome! All right, Hamilton.
On FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
All right, this was supposed to be the summer song of 2019, has it? Luke Combs. Keep this up just for a minute. Here it is. Man never broke my heart. Summer song of 2019, yes or no? Enjoy, by the way, Billy Bob Thornton tickets. Billy Bob Thornton, it's at Hi-Fi. He's part of a band, Billy Bob Thornton and the Boxmasters tonight. And that's down at Hi-Fi in Fountain Square. Enjoy that. Later on this week, as we near the MLB, I should say, trade deadline, we'll bring up some of the needs. I know you Cubs fans are shouting out some of the needs. You guys thinking second sack? Pitching depth? What shall Theo do? What about teams like the Brewers, Reds and Brewers later on tonight? I'm not even talking about the Reds. I think they're going to probably be, they were going to be at least considered a buyer, even if they didn't do anything, but I'm going to go ahead and throw them into the seller category now. But we'll talk about that coming up later on in the week, too. The MLB trade deadline and some of the needs for your favorite teams. This is from Stan, JMV. Westfield loves you, too. I love me some Westfield. I do. Hey, here's something else, too. I got to give some love to Alan. Alan down at the Schnitzelbank in Jasper. The Schnitzelbank obviously is long-standing since I was young, my favorite place. But Alan's going to roll up here. I think he's going to be on Indie Style with some of their food from the Schnitzelbank later on this week. And Alan from the Schnitzelbank in Jasper is going to roll by with some food here. So thank you, Schnitzelbank in Jasper. Love it. JMV, I think Burger King making tacos is a logical move. Rallies used to take burgers that were on the warming grill over 10 minutes to a refrigerated pan and use them as meat for tacos. Is that the one that's closed down there? Didn't they close one in Greenwood because it was a little filth working? Good luck with ever getting that mojo back again. I think that one in Greenwood is still closed. That's classic. Thank you. JMV Colts Conversation, you're going to podcast up your interviews with Zach Kiefer and Matt Taylor. We will. Not only those interviews, but last week, a lot of you may have missed it because it was Friday after 5. But Reggie Wayne joined the show, and Reggie Wayne was great. And we talked with Reggie about the expectations of this team, creating the on-the-team, spot by spot, or position by position in this case, competition that Chris Ballard has created. And talked about Reggie dropping the mic at the draft on Tennessee fans. He was really good. And if you missed that, the podcast is there for you. 1070thefan.com. So from Brian, Swaff says, Luke Combs, totally, yes, party on. Bear Never Broke My Heart. We all should have thought about that as a country song. It's from Evan Maxwell, JMV. I'm from Martinsville. I made the move to Westfield. You can too. Nah, it's too far. Yeah, my mom's still in GC all by herself on 40 acres. My wife's mom's still in Owen County all by herself on 150. We got to stay relatively close. Thank you. Hey, great job today. Great job out of you. I completely apologize if I came in here and stank up the room, as reported earlier in the 4 o'clock hour. I stink today, and not just suck, but stink. I stink and suck today. That's incredible. Think I'll get a raise? Stink and suck today. The Santana and Doobie Brothers tickets. When is that show? And do the Doobie Brothers play the Michael McDonald Doobie Brothers stuff here? Like What a Fool Believes and Minute by Minute? Santana Doobie Brothers tickets. Let's go number 10, 239-1070, because I love you. A big, round, double-digit number, 10, 239-1070. Zach Kiefer, Matt Taylor, Kyle, me, Stankin'. Great show today, though, even though it stinks and sucks. Back with you tomorrow at 3. Have a great night.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps